And it's live, man. B, dude, you're in the fancier place. You take her away tonight, homie.
What is up? Episode 65. Thanks for tuning in. 8-Bit Mike, Pocket Salsa, Bootleg Toyco, Zymot, the King, Mr. Ordinary, Chris Bernard, what's up? Slightly Adrift, what's up? PK Mates, Rec Shop Resin, Simply Adam, how about that? Bliss, Yuck Lens. What's up, gents? Everybody, thank you for coming in. Crumbs, my man, what is up with you?
I was just gonna say, don't forget to turn on that live chat. We do have some new faces. One we've been caught at the beginning here is Slightly Adrift over here at Burnt Marshmallow Brewing. So please drop where Burnt Marshmallow Brewing is. That way, if anybody wants to go get some Burnt Marshmallow Brewing, or if you guys sell it in your area, they can grab that. Otherwise, Adam from Wisconsin, what is going on, homie? I don't know, Fletch Sandvik, what is going on? I will make sure I get you on that wheel. Rainbow Kiss, what is up? Stormico Station. If anybody doesn't know, Stormico Station also has Stormico Way Station, where they're actually clearing out some of their older pieces. So if you maybe take a peek on that, and always hit them up. They might have something they're interested in. I know he's told me he's got a box of some Swamp Thing. Recycle Galaxy, what is going on? Hey, I'm surprised you didn't, maybe you caught it. Did you see Astroplastics ended up doing a drop, the old Kentucky boys?
Yes. What was it? I saw that they made pieces of their animals.
Oh,
Is that what you're
shoot.
talking
Yeah, that
about?
was hilarious. Yeah, but they also uploaded 6 new figures to the store.
Nice.
My
Nice.
brain works weird like that.
Nice.
Yes, and we got a heck of a guest tonight, man. One that you know actually quite fondly because you guys are relatively in that similar Bay Area. How
Yes.
radical Toys, dude.
Yes. Long time coming to have this dude on the show, right? Corey is a great dude. We've hung out I've hung out with him a couple times, seen him at a couple shows. Great dude, man. It's been way too long to have that dude on the show. And you're right, he's local. He's lived in a couple places. When I first started buying from him, he was in Sacramento, which is really close to me. It's about 40 minutes north. And then he moved out closer to the Bay Area, which is still relatively close, but it is really close to him and Fletch. And so him and Fletch hang out often now, which is super cool. So Fletch, what's up? Folklore, Rainbow Kiss, what up? Recycle Galaxy, Stormico Station, what's up?
You touched on something there, man. And you know what? PowerCon is happening this weekend. So everybody who's hitting up PowerCon, congratulations. Have a blast. Be safe. Meet lots of people. And then this touched on something that you just kind of brought up. He's been hanging out with Fletch a lot. Me and him were talking about this earlier. You know, meeting toy dudes. It's all good and well when you think it's going to be exciting because you're like, oh yeah, so and so, like we should link up. A word of advice, dudes, like maybe do like a video call or something beforehand so you're not that weird, awkward nerd that's awkward to be like, hey, are you B to the J? And you know damn well it's B to the J. You've seen him. Don't
Dude,
you know,
I had to comment on a couple things here. Adam, hello from Wisconsin. Look up Has Been Toys, speaking of Wisconsin. Chris Bernard, Turlock, California. Bro, Turlock. That's in the Valley. My second to last high school football game was versus Turlock in the playoffs, man. They had a hell of a team back in the late 90s. We beat them, but great team. From Turlock, that's a random one, dude. Welcome, man. I'm in Vacaville. Not today. Today I'm in Chicago, but I reside in Vacaville, so I know Turlock well. Nice, man. Welcome. Baba Drop, what up? Street Fight. Worst villain ever, whose wife has an account called Greatest Villain Ever. There you go. I think
Make
that
toys?
is rad. I put the 2 and 2 together the other day, and I was like, that's amazing.
Do they make toys? Also, yo, worst villain ever. Fuck you having a wife. Do they make toys?
Ooh, look at me. I'm married.
Sorry, the quick anger pang slid through there. Whoa, wait a minute,
Yeah.
wife?
Makes me remind me that I'm single, that I'm
Toys, 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 toys.
That's
toys.
right. That's right. That's right. Drazy, what's up, man? What up, Dre?
I don't
Street
know
Fight
why.
PDX, man. I wanted to say real quick that thank you, man. That dude has been sending a shitload of accounts and information to the page. And if anybody ever sees an account or something that they just want to show, say, hey, check it out. Please don't assume that we see everything, because we see a small slice of what this place has to offer. So if you ever see something and say, hey, you guys should talk about this on the show, or hey, you should show this on the show because it's fucking rad, then send it our way. We'd be glad to show it.
I will also put this out there in the aether for anybody who's currently listening. I'm a little bit biased. I will admit to that. If we have so many tabs we can share in an evening, and I've got to choose between an account who has 30,000 followers doing a drop or an account that has 300 followers doing a drop, I'm gonna take the account that has the 300. And if you guys drop it in the chat that you're actually like, hey, Crumbs, don't forget about like that Healy made Bellum drop, I'm totally down to pull up that Bellum tab and be like, hey, this is that Healy made. But I also sometimes feel like I don't want to, saturation. Healy Made is being so big, he's already going to get into so many feeds. I'm not saying he doesn't need the attention, the love, and the praise, and like the shout outs, because that still helps every artist of every scale. But like I said, when we've got limited tabs because we're BSing for so long, I want to make sure that I'm putting a little bit more focus on those other ones, but still shout out those other accounts when you guys see them, because there's people who would get a win. I think that's something actually we don't talk about enough. When we're pointing out a piece, we're not necessarily sitting here being like, oh, this maker, like they're God. We're hoping somebody out here might get a win. Like that's the way I look at it sometimes. Like when we pull up the piece and it might not even speak to me, it's like, I'm not everybody's tastes. Maybe it'll speak to somebody. If somebody else in the scene can see that, buy it, get it, smile, hell yeah.
Absolutely. It's what it's all about, sharing. I mean, some of the stuff that we look at, like a lot of the tabs that you bring up, some of it I've seen, but other stuff I'm just like, never seen it, man. I was laughing at something, to do this with the chat, you guys. Ordinary Toy says, Chicago, hope you're wearing your resin cast bulletproof vest. I'm in the right part of town, according to Vomit. I met up with Vomit and Vomiting Droids, and Low Cunning is an Ozark reference. Great guys. I've met Vomit before and hung out with him. Fucking awesome dude. One of my favorites. And Low Cunning, great dude too, man. Super funny. Great tour guides. Walked around for a while. And then on the way back, I got to be honest, the humidity, I was just like, you know what, man, I'm going to need to sit down at this park bench and just maybe rest for a second. It's miserable. It's not all that bad, but, and I really don't understand what people, when they say, oh, it's better than that California dry heat. Are you crazy? I would rather just be hot than hot and wet. You know what I mean? Like hot and wet is good sometimes. When it comes to weather, no, not good. Not good. Anyways, that's my experience so far here in Chicago. It was very fun hanging out with the boys last night. Went to the Billy Goat. Look that one up. That's got a lot of baseball reference to it with the Cubbies.
I've got to stop doing that. Yes, I'm socially inept, but I am aware of rude social cues. I don't even mean to, but I noticed it when I was editing, and now I'm very mindful of it. I'm catching it every time. You say a sport, and my eyes roll, and my body deflates. It is one of the rudest physical reactions I've ever seen. You might as well tell me after I'm shaking your hand, I've got leprosy. And I'm just like, ugh.
Hurt Toyz is the same way. He's the same way, man. I talk about sports sometimes, and I've known him long enough now to where we just don't talk about sports because he has nothing to offer or to even, he's just like blank look, like no clue. It's funny, man, because me and my Pocket Sizzle were talking about this earlier. Grade School Toys, what up? And not a lot of sportsters in here, and that's fine. That's cool. We relate on so many other things besides that, so it doesn't really matter. It's just funny. We were talking about this fantasy football we were trying to get together, and I'm like, I'll tell you what, bro, legit, not one person reached out and was like, hey, dude, I'm down for that. That sounds dope. I already included Goblin Mob because I know he's down. But besides that, I'm like, it ain't gonna happen, man. We're scrapping it. We're calling it. It's dead on the table. Anyways,
So I did pull it up though. Billy Goat, the world famous Billy Goat Tavern. Like, okay, and I'm assuming that's a brand new cap that you're rocking right now as well. It looks
it is.
fresh.
It is crispy clean. Chicago Cubs. Vomit took me by the Chicago Cubs team store. Snagged a couple things over there. So thank you very much for that. That was cool. You have leprosy too. Oh man. Hey, I don't want to dim the mood or anything like that, man, but let's get serious just real quick. There's about 30 people in here, 29-ish. Dude, so talking about a show, and it's not the psychedelic show, and it's not the Scraps show. It's a show that was supposed to happen. Dude, I'm getting more and more info on that from other artists, and I'll be honest with you, dude, it is fucking not cool. Anybody, and I mean anybody, who has had a problem with that show and wants to get their pieces out there, please hit us up. We'd be more than happy to show pictures and prices, direct people your way. I almost reached out to a couple people today that I got names from Pocket Salsa, which I'll probably end up doing this weekend sometime. Just reach out to them directly, because honestly, I don't think they're people that watch the show. But the fact of the matter is that they've made stuff, and it would be cool to get rid of it for them. And then they can do whatever they want with the money, of course. But dude, just the way that I heard that some of the way people were treated in that show, unfucking believable. Unfucking believable, dude. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. We are fucking adults here. You don't treat people that way. Straight up. You don't talk to people that way. So I hope people in that show learned a good lesson, right? The person who's holding the show, I hope that they figured out that you can't do that. You can't talk to people like that. And the fact of the matter it wasn't that people were overwhelmed with the show. It's that people were tired of getting treated like shit. And so they dropped out. And that's why that show didn't happen. And don't let fucking anybody tell you different, because that's exactly what happened. You can't treat people like that. You can't fucking do it. And I'm almost glad that the show didn't happen, because I think if pieces would have started to get sold, I think there would have been a big problem there. Like, I would suggest that if anybody ever says that they have some sort of charity or something, that people really do their homework and figure out, okay, where is this money going? Let me get a tax ID number. Let me get a charity number, because you will get one of those when you have something legit set up. Anyways, we can move on now. I just had to get that off my chest, dude. Me and Salsa were talking about that earlier, dude. And the more I heard, the more I got fucking pissed off, because I heard there was a lot of people in that show that we know that got treated like shit, dude. And that ain't right. That shit ain't right, man.
So I'm gonna do a little bit of a more positive note, because it's weird, man. We weren't even chatting, but we both clearly had something a little bit in our bunches. But I'm gonna try and take a more positive approach. I'd like to thank everybody for being just super patient in general, man. Because the reality is that this week, I'll even admit, I had a little slip up where I wasn't very patient with somebody, because it pisses me off sometimes, unfortunately, and I'm bad at reacting, man. And I need to slow down. So I appreciate everybody for being patient. Because yeah, dude, those DMs sometimes can get overwhelming as hell. And yeah, just try and be nice to each other. And like, at the end of the day, just thanks for being patient, because I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I just appreciate that, man, a lot. Because at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. And you know, and I put this out there to anybody, like mindful consumption, right? There has been times for sure that I've had somebody say to me like, "Oh, crumbs, like you should follow that account even if you don't like their work," right? And in my brain, I'm kind of like, no, I want to go on Instagram and I want to be able to enjoy the things I'm seeing. I want to be able to enjoy the things I'm seeing. And if your work or your page isn't bringing me joy, it's actually bringing me down when I go there, I just don't want to consume it in that way. I never want to bring anybody's work down, but I just don't want to necessarily consume it. And I would advise everybody kind of that same thing, right? Like, maybe just don't look at it if you don't want to see it. It's a pretty big space, pretty big scene.
Yeah.
And actually, you know what? I'm also gonna say, because this dude's probably like one of my like admirers at this point. He probably thinks I've got like a weird crush on him. Toxic Fumes Toys, man. That
Mm.
dude might be one of the, like, I have too much respect for that man, and I've only really talked about it like kind of like weirdly, right? But the reality is that unfortunately, texts and DMs can be weird. I was pretty new to the toy scene. I wasn't reading something really right. I got a totally misunderstanding of the situation. And that dude fucking wrote me this big apology letter and a fucking toy that matched the piece I had grabbed off of them, being like, hey, I think this is like a similar pour to that. And was just like, I'm sorry for that misunderstanding. And your brain just sitting there being like, you just feel like an idiot. And if anything, I would even actually say that, man. Like every time, like that would almost be like the hope. And don't even do it with the intent that you're like, I'm gonna make you feel like an idiot. But the hope should be that like you can be such a bigger person that like they feel stupid. They just feel stupid for being silly.
Yeah. Agreed.
But yeah, I also agree with you that anybody who's got those toys, they want to get them out there. Fuck yeah, man, come on down. 'Cause, dude, there's a lot of artists in that show that we haven't actually met yet, and there's a lot of work. And man, it's crazy to me because I posted that story about it today, right? Pricing on work, and it was really refreshing. Actually, I can't remember the artist's name right this moment. I might pop up in the DMs in a second. After last episode, a like more traditional artist reached out to me and they started asking me about pricing. And it was really refreshing because I could understand like their brain is in like art world mode. They're
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm seeing some resin pieces going, and you're like, yes.
Yeah.
If you're used to selling things at a gallery right now for like this price range,
Yeah.
you're gonna be weirded out coming into the toy scene, seeing how much effort, time, energy goes into these pieces, and these guys for some reason are kind of like, there you go, buddy, $30.
Yeah.
Enjoy. So
Yeah.
it's really crazy, man. It's Wild West, but it was very refreshing. And I think more of you do need to, because there's that fine line. I was reading a great art horticulture. If anybody's familiar with art horticulture, they've got some great friggin' archives of some interviews. And there's one with Angry Beast, and he nailed it, man. He nailed it. It's literally the never-ending problem for an artist. He's like, I know I undervalue my work a lot of the time, but I don't have a lineup of people selling me out of my store every drop.
Mm.
So I kind of have to fall somewhere in the middle where I want it to move. And you're like, fuck, right? And we talk about pricing all the times. And this is the one thing that I feel sometimes ends up creating like a bit of a headbutt. Artists, collectors, we are aware you really aren't making much off your work. You're not making like crap, especially most of you. When we talk to you about it, you're like, I'm basically making enough to make my materials back. The
Mm.
problem though is that if you're sitting there and you're going, well, crap, I'm basically handing these out for free, not making back my time. That $50 or whatever that the customer is still spending, even though you're seeing zero of that, the customer still spent 50. So that's where it gets this really fucking shitty gray area. And actually, Slugger Toys, aka Saruga Mark, Young Buck, probably one of the best reality slaps he ever gave me one time. Bought a piece from me, said, Crumbs, I hope you think it's worth the $25 you spent. In my head, I was like, you son of a bitch. That's a really good way of putting it, right? Here's some brand new handmade art before you say shit about the quality. I hope it's worth your $25.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Dude, I wanted to go back to something you were saying before. I didn't mean to not respond to your question or to your story about toxic fumes. What I was going to say was I've always thought that that was one of the biggest downfalls of texting is that you can't get the tone of the conversation really, especially if you don't know the person, right? Like at this point, we can't even italicize the words, right? To like drag a word out because in speech, that's very important, dude. You know what I mean? Like little nuances like that are very important. And you
Body
can't,
language.
yes, 100%, dude. And when it's just a message, it's like, especially if you don't know the person, like, honestly, dude, I've got messages from some people that I don't know. And I'm just like, huh? And then you start talking
Or,
to them and you're like, oh shit, that was actually funny. But coming out of the gate, you're just like, all right.
well, you never know what anybody's dealing with. So again, like, funny enough, man, the other day, I shit you not, this is basically just like sometimes, like in my head, prime example, you never know what somebody's going through. Dude who slid into my DMs being kind of like, "Ugh," right? He has no idea what I'm going through that day. Little does he know, maybe an hour before he slides in my DMs with that bullshit, I wake up, I'm hopping into work mode. I get a message from 8-Bit Mike saying, delivery day. And I say to him, dude, you have no idea how much I need that this week. It's been a fucking week,
Nice.
dude. Thank you, right? And then he shows me, he's like, I brought these to work. And I'm like, man, I hope those get appreciated by somebody. And that's what I find funny, is at the end of the day, like I said, man, I slipped up and I was originally like, that cocksucker. That guy has no idea, or that person has no idea what I was going through that week or that day. They couldn't have
Yeah.
understood that their words in that moment was going to set me off on like I didn't have the patience for it in that moment,
Yeah.
right? And the
Yeah.
problem is that some of these artists, we forget that like they've posted something, they're part of a show with a group thing where that's just bounding off the wall. They have kids screaming in the background. They've got a partner wondering what the heck's going on. We don't know the situation so often, man.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think you could apply that to a lot of situations, right? I think the whole thing is you just don't know what other people are going through. And maybe I should even backtrack on what I said about that show. I'm not going to, but I'm just saying it's a possibility that there's other things going on. But I'm just saying when there's a pattern of disrespect and just odd things that you're like, that don't fucking line up, bro. At some point you got to draw the fucking line. But you're right, bro. I mean, I agree, man. I'm glad you got that package, dude. I remember talking to you that day, and I could tell. Speaking of not knowing the tone, for whatever reason, when you're going a little bit, and you can probably tell the same with me. Like I'm like, oh, he's worked up today. He's in a mood today. You know what I mean? Which is fine. Fucking A, dude. I mean, I'm in a mood probably 75% of the time. You know what I mean? But it was funny, and I'm glad you got that package that day, dude. That's sweet, man.
Dude, some days I'm shit you not, you all can relate to this. It's literally like you can't step anywhere without there being Lego. That's basically how life just feels some days. Everywhere
Yeah.
you step, there's a fucking Lego piece.
Yeah. Or a big pile of shit, like is what I thought you were gonna say. Which is possible too.
Damn.
But Goblin Mob asked me a minute ago if I could hear the gunshots from where I'm at. No, not lucky enough to hear any of those yet. Ambulances, yes. Gunshots, not so much. Everybody's probably inside. It's too fucking hot. Like, no wonder there's violence out here, dude. How can you stand the fucking humidity? I'd be going ballistic as well if I lived here. No shit.
So I'm gonna pull Hello Radical in like a quick heartbeat here. One last
Yeah.
thing while we got the humidity up. For anybody that saw me complaining about the smell of that fucking glow in the dark powder, there's a reason.
Oh,
B heard me bitching about it before bed. I was like, I'm going to bed.
yes.
I give up. It's not working. I'm so mad at this powder right now. I'm going to bed. I wake up. What do I decide to do before work? Why not try again, right? The issue is the humidity was so bad that my apartment window and doors have been closed. I'm in this tiny ass little apartment. The whole apartment reeked of fucking rotten eggs, man. Everything. It didn't matter what I did. I'd be in the middle of like trying to eat my cereal, and every spoonful, if you had glow in the dark powder on your hands, fucking rotten egg. It was atrocious, man. You're leaning in trying to paint the piece later, fucking rotten egg. I thought I was gonna puke. No. I'm pretty sure that's the same day I told you. I was like, I've got a fucking headache. I'm in a pissed mood, man. I'm trying to be
Dude.
optimistic, and it's because I'm living an egg.
I was talking to Lucas about that, dude. It was so funny, man. And it was before you posted about the eggs, right? Because you had told me, you're like, man, these fucking things smell like sulfur, hella fucking bad, dude. And I'm just like, oh, that's weird. And then I saw you posted all the stories about the eggs, and I'm just like, this fucking guy. Oh my God, dude. And I was telling him, I was like, look, man, he's trying to do something cool, trying to support a local company, and went with them, gave him a shot, and he done smoked himself out, dude.
The worst part is once I saw that a lot of so Dreas Ace, thank you for the heads up, man, because he was like, yeah, my wife uses crushes up egg for calcium chloride or calcium something, and right away I'm like, no. And I know that in old school painters would use like egg tempera and shit like that, and I'm like, no, don't tell me. So I started Googling, and then as you go down the rabbit hole, you're like, no, fuck no. I've been smearing crushed up egg on all my shit all day, because I'm not casting it in resin like you guys. I'm mixing it in my paint. I'm just smearing it on shit.
What a bummer, though, dude. So I'm sure you just had your windows just open, and if it's hot there, that sucks ass. Nah, you're in like fall right now, aren't you?
But it was so humid, and yes, we're in fall now. It was actually
Yeah.
relieving, as stupid as it sounds. It was almost relieving. I heard the I don't know, weather forecast the other day, like, well, we're all done with the heat days for now. And you're like, yeah, okay, I
Mm,
thought so. But in my brain, it was like, yeah, okay, I'm not wrong. We're in fall now. Great. I'm going to
yeah,
send Hell Radical in here before everybody else gets bored. We haven't
let's
even
do
really
it.
talked about toys today. God damn.
Hmm.
I don't know. We're going to talk much about toys with Hell Radical, too. Also, I bugged Hell up. I'm going to rip out the 8-bit when he's in here as well. Dre is still hot here. Hella Radical.
Corey.
What's up, brothers?
Bro, the beard is looking nice, man. I think last time I saw you, I think you either didn't have that or it wasn't that thick.
I think it was probably just a little shorter.
Maybe a little shorter. Nice. Are you a Dodger fan, bro? I see that Dodger thing behind you.
No. I'm all the people I live with are Dodgers fan.
I got you.
I'm a Giants fan.
Okay. I'm going to the game Saturday night with my son for his birthday.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's turning 19 years of age tomorrow. Happy birthday, son, if you're watching.
Happy birthday, son.
Had a kid.
If you're watching.
Yo, homie. If he comes down to Ontario, you know what 19 is? Drinking.
Is that the age up there?
That's the age up here.
No
That's
shit.
Nice.
That's not border, buddy.
You know what, man? I always thought that was fucked up, right? How you can go and die for your country, but you can't have a beer?
Right.
Come on now.
That is fucked up.
Right? Anyways.
And now
There
how you
are a
been,
lot
dude?
of
Like,
people.
oh, I'm okay, man. How about you?
Same old shit. Same old shit.
Jet set lifestyle.
Bro, it's a risk management seminar workshop deal. It's nothing glamorous. It's extremely boring, but whatever.
Sounds pretty glamorous to me. I'm kidding.
Hello, man. We know damn well who you are, but why don't you give a little rundown, a little introduction to those noobs in the home here today?
My name is Hella Radical Toyz. I've been doing this since December 2019. I learned from Dollar Slice Bootlegs. And it's been a wild and fun ride.
Nope, sorry.
Oh.
And I'm sure you've brought it up on Toys on Tap or other things you've done before, but it's one thing to say that you learned from Dollar Slice Bootlegs, but why don't you actually just explain a little bit how that whole little learn from Dollar Slice, what did that look like?
I just spent the weekend over at his house and we made some molds and cast some molds. And I took home his pressure pile, one of them to use. Set me off on the right foot for sure.
Man, I don't think I've ever asked you this. Was Dollar Slice somebody who you'd been already kind of following for a number of years before approaching him?
He approached me and told me to come on through. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we were just homies. We just like talk on the phone and shit sometimes. You know how it is. You know how friends are.
I want to make toys. Come on over, babe. I'll show you. Really?
And I was just like, well, I've always been an artist. And he was like, you should try some toys. I was like, fuck it, I'll come over. I took the train. I took Amtrak down to Carmel by the Sea.
There you go. There you go, man.
See, you even kind of nailed it, though. You've always been an artist. And yes, Dollar Slice was like, do some toys. But you've even said to me before, man, you've always been down with the toys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I always loved toys and collected toys and had toys. But I never thought about making them. Even after I saw artists at first, for some reason, I was like, whoa, that's so cool. And it was honestly a thing. I was like, that's so cool. I can't believe people could do that. And then like, he was like, you can do it too. I was like, oh.
B.
So
that. Dude, you know what, Corey? I've never asked you about the Dollar Slice thing, man. I know that it was something that I had heard of a long time ago. And for whatever reason, dude, as much as we've talked, I've never asked you about that, but that's interesting, man. Also 2019, dude, one thing that I think I noticed about your 3.75s, dude, and I put it in the post recently was, like, I think your 3.75 work when I first started buying it, dude, between that and like Titty Bean are pretty much what really turned me on to just dope 3.75s, man, because at that time, I mean, you think of all the people that are out now that weren't out then, it was a much smaller pool.
Right.
Still, dude, you were like, and still are, man, for 3.75s, they're way up there, dude. It's the glossy finish, it's the magnetic articulation that it's fucking on point. Now I did get some last time I saw you, dude. I got that hollow body from you. Did you always start off doing magnetic articulation?
Yeah, in fact, I started off not even articulating and just having static figures, but I wanted articulation really bad. And I've almost come full circle because now I'm like, yeah, non-articulation rules too. But at the time, I was like, no, this is the static figure is not where I want to be. Like, I'm almost there. This looks really cool, but I want it to move or whatever. Especially because like when you tell people like, I'm like, oh, I'm trying to make these toys or whatever, and you show them, they're like, oh, it doesn't move. They're like, this is a toy. They're like, okay, whatever, fuck you.
Yeah, and man, dude, you know, you beat me to my follow-up question for that was, I don't think that our, you know, magnetic articulation is going away. I think it'll probably always be there, right? But I just see like a lot of people are starting to do other types of articulation or just going static. TDB would be another example of that, where they're just kind of maybe just exploring other things. So I don't know, man. I guess that you're right. I was just gonna say, you know, so you're kind of moving into static stuff now.
Well, at least like some static, like okay, like I'm just definitely like Titty Beans is definitely doing, I think as well, is I definitely want to do just like static legs. I don't think there's a reason for the movement of the legs. So that's like something I'm definitely trying to do with any mold moving forward. The first one I did was that CC recently, and like her legs are static. And now I'm like, okay. And I was like, I just want to see what this is like. And I did that and I was like, oh, this fucking rules. And it also, honestly, it all spawned from me casting up the Goth Rebel Soldier from Kerf, because that thing has no articulation. And I was like, okay. I was like, this thing has no articulation, but feels good in my hand and looks cool. And I like casting these. I like how it looks. I was like, what else can I do? And then I was like, fuck the legs. And then like someone's like, yeah, Titty Beans doesn't move. And I was like, Titty Beans' legs don't move anymore. My legs aren't moving anymore.
Dude, so I'm kind of curious, sorry, because I know that Dollar Slice does take pride in the fact that he feels he's kind of the one that brought neolydium magnets to the game in the toy like scene. And you know what? I have no clue. But I do know that they started becoming heavy around like the period as he was getting more stuff out there, people like yourself.
Right. At least popularized.
I would agree. So knowing he was the one, when you left there, you had molds for static figures. Had you casted them just straight?
No. The way I made the molds, yes, exactly. So that I was already ready. I was ready to then take that next step with the molds I already have of just drilling and adding that magnet right in.
And then something I've always found really impressive. How many pulls would you say you probably got from some of your first molds, man?
You know that Chewbacca, man. I've only ever had that one Chewbacca mold. So any Chewbacca you've ever seen made by me is from that very first mold, made together with Dollar Slice Bootlegs himself at his house. So that's just a testament of, you know, I guess the both of us.
How many do you think that
Definitely
is?
Him.
Like 50, 60?
I'm gonna say it's probably at least like 50.
Do you have any
way there's no way it's less than 40.
Do you have any?
The grape apes? Yeah. Yes, I've got a classic grape ape with the black wash. Yeah.
Right, and then there was the pink ones before that. They were just the classic radiation ape, and it was a radiation ape grape ape, and then and there's just so many, just little fun ones too. Like my dad just has like some random black one. I have like a random dark one over here. It was supposed to be brown, but I put way too much in it, so it's like almost black.
Dude, I have one of the pink ones. And then I have one before that, which I think was my first piece from you. And it's, dude, it's like a whitish, clear, just sparkle. Do you remember that one at all? I think it was a one-off.
Yeah, it's probably just some glitter and clear, right?
Yeah.
I was just experimenting with other stuff that wasn't.
Yeah.
That I wasn't trying to. I don't know, I was just experimenting from glow in the dark, but glow in the dark's my true love.
Yeah.
What brought you into the glow in the dark, man? Because I mean, we all had stars and stuff, but like, I really don't think that the glowing in resin pieces was exploding until probably 2023. It's now huge. What made you attracted to it at the beginning?
I've always just loved glow in the dark. Glow in the dark stuff's what I love the most, and it's always like, I don't know. And then that's just how it goes, right? Like it's what you love and it's what you want.
How'd you know what to look for?
Oh, well, again, luckily, I like so right away, like Dollar Slice was like, "Oh, you want glow in the dark? You got to go solar color dust." So literally, I bought solar color dust, had it shipped to my house. I had a sample size silicone and a sample size resin sent to my house, and then I took it on the train down there, and so that's what I was using instantly was that classic pink that I still use to this day, the cotton candy from solar color dust.
And then I know for a lot of the guys in the chat or folks in the chat that are already makers, this might not matter much. But for anybody who's curious, because this blew my mind, man, how many 3.75 figures would you say somebody could mold up from a sample kit? And how many
for making a
could
mold,
they cast?
I think they could get at least 3 molds if they do it correctly.
Right.
Or, smart.
With
and with minimal waste, which, I was lucky because I had, exactly. I had someone showing me, holding my hand. So it wasn't, you know what I mean? No mistakes. And then I already had a scale from food. So he was like, use a scale. And so like, I've always scaled out my resin and silicone and not, which makes sense to me, even as like from baking, scale out your ingredients. Don't just eyeball them in your little your measuring cup there. So
how do you account for the weight when you're adding like your powders or your dyes, dude?
For the weight for how much resin to use?
Because isn't that going to affect basically the way that they're going to react together, or do you not even really worry too much? You weigh them out, add some of your powders, and you've kind of eyeballed it at this point.
Well, I just try to use for most 375s. I try to use around a gram of glow powder. Like if I'm just doing like a solid pink, and that's a rough estimate because my thing's not perfectly. My gram scale doesn't go to like below a gram. You know what I mean? So it might be 1.7, and it shows up as 1. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm going for usually because I feel like that's a good amount, and it usually gives me results I'm happy with. 1 gram, and it's also not then soft because then sometimes I do fuck up and I put too much pigment. Especially lately, I've been experimenting after hanging out with the homie Fletch and like seeing like everything over there. It's just like, why not add all this together? So I'll do fluorescent yellow with invisible white glow in the dark with just like a drop of just yellow regular pigment to maybe blow it up and like a little bit of white glitter. Where before I wouldn't do that for one color. Like I might put all of that in one piece, but it's going to be all separate resins. But now I'm like, whatever, that's going to be 1 cup, and this next cup's going to be pink with this glitter and that little droplet. And so, but since I've been doing that and experimenting, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker's soft. Or like the mica powders for some reason. The mica powders a little bit goes way more than the glow powder in my experience. So so that is where I'll definitely fuck up too. Like I have like a white CC over here that I'm like, oh, she's fucking jelly. She's jelly in the hands. And then when it feels like that, you just want to play with it until it breaks.
So 3.75 scale being kind of like your thing. I think the only other thing
I'd like to branch out. I just haven't. You know what I mean? You know how life gets in the way sometimes, but I definitely want to do like some turtle size because that's really what I grew up with and loved more than 3.75s.
Right. Well, I was going to say the Tortuga was like one of that was your first piece. Yeah.
That I ever made? Or sorry.
We were talking before, and you know what it was, dude? It was on one of you were doing some kind of trivia. What was that on, dude?
I think that was just me and Yucko doing a live on.
Was that what it was? Trivia. But I think one of the questions was, what was your first piece? And I think the answer was Tortuga. No?
The answer should have been the Chewbacca, but I think it was the first one that I molded up myself without.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Without having any help from anyone, or like without under Dollar Slice's watchful eye, the one I made completely alone. And it was the creature, and honestly, it was the Gula Gaba who won that piece and got that answer right. And so he has the very first cast ever one from the very first mold I ever made of that figure, and it's also static.
Gotcha. But I was going to say, if you were thinking about getting into, I think the only other piece that I have from you is it's the Rey Mysterio bust.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Which is just something completely different. Yeah, those are super sick too, man. But yeah, going up maybe like something 5.5, something like that. Or like
Yeah,
you
I
said,
definitely see
turtle
that
size.
coming. Right,
Yeah.
right, which is about like 5 inches, right?
Yeah, right.
So
That's
it's
dope.
definitely, it's on like the horizon for me. Like I said, I don't really even know why I haven't done it. Because then every time that I go out and I'm like looking for parts to like make figures with, I like look for 3.75. I
Yeah.
don't know, like I don't know. It's just the way the cookie crumbles.
There is something strange about a 3.75 because if anything, man, like I remember even back in the day when I was collecting commercial figures, people would look over and they'd be like, "Oh, you collect Star Wars," and I would correct them and be like, "I collect Kenner figures," and they'd be like, "Oh," and I understand like why they'd be kind of weirded out by that because most of what you can find is going to be a Kenner 3.75, right? Like
Right, but there's also some tall boys out there.
some most of the Swamp Thing line, you're looking at like that 5.5 like size, right? And like, yeah, I don't know, man. And like, dude, who are you collecting these days? I know you're a heavy collector as well. You're seeing some dope ass shit out there. Yo, you got me on that Good Ghoul. Is that who it is? Good Ghoul Toys?
Yeah. That's literally like I was gonna say the last thing I really got, I feel like, is Good Goals toys. And I do love these. And that's why they're close by.
Yeah. Those
Because I
little
love how they
clay sets,
feel.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, and the stories are so sick, dude. That guy rules. Everybody,
Have
there's
you
so
not
many
opened
people who
those?
rule. Oh no, I open them. They open at the bottom. So I can put them back in there. You know how to do.
I'm gonna make you feel weird, dude. What are your thoughts on packaging? How do you feel about packaged pieces, dude?
Like in which way? Like a backer and
We all know, yeah, backer pieces. Do you want to pop them? Do you play with your toys? What's the vibe?
yeah, it depends. Like I don't know. I recently bought like one of those like retro re-release TMNT figures. I didn't open it for whatever reason. He's just sitting over here closed. And then I got like one of the big Donatellos too. He's just like sitting there in the package. But I typically open any toy I buy.
Indie toys.
Yeah. Well, no, not if it's an in-backer and it's not supposed to be open. Because then it's, you know what I mean? I don't think they're meant to be opened, and that the whole art piece is meant to be displayed as one, is what the artist intended. And I like to see what they intended. You know what I mean?
Good point.
It's like going to a fancy ass steakhouse and covering it with A1. Like, why the fuck am I gonna do that?
Yeah.
Knowing my luck, there's gonna be this one day that I get a piece from someone and I just fucking rip right on into it, and then like,
And
the
they're like,
next
wait,
day,
no.
there's gonna be a
They're
whole story
crying.
on their post. It's like all these backers were actually made from my mother's ashes. I purposely actually divided a gram of each into each backer, and I'm gonna be sitting there being like, "Fuck."
You're like, I'm gonna try to glue this back on right now.
Fuck it, man. Yeah, we were chatting a little bit earlier, dude, and I know this is something that a lot of the artists, especially anybody who was an artist during COVID, and I'm actually seeing a lot more. And it's unfortunate because it just gets hard. There's more and more posts showing up on artist pages saying, "Hey, closing down the shop, can't roll it anymore. You know, just becoming too much." I know, dude, it's a constant struggle. How do you personally find that balance between juggling art and that 9 to 5 grind?
I don't find the balance. I just go to work and I feel like shit and I want to cry. No, I'm kidding. I love my job, but when I'm there, not when I'm there, but then when I get home, I'm like, oh, I should work on art. I'm fucking tired. It's time for a fucking beer and a burrito and a smoke. And once that happens, like, yeah, sometimes the art happens, but sometimes TV happens or bed, really early bedtime, you know? So no, the balance, it is hard to find. And the best bet is getting the best sleep that you can, the most sleep you can, so that way you could fucking wake up early, make toys before you go to work. That's the fucking time I shoot for, honestly. I shoot to try to make toys before work because then I feel like I have more energy.
A little bit cooler in the day, especially this time of year for sure.
Oh my God. You want to know what though? I got a swamp cooler now out here and it's just changed my whole life. I'm been okay.
Good.
Dude,
that's good, man.
You
It is
bring
good.
something up though, because you cast out in the garage, and so the reality is that you've got to be careful because I know that like the elements end up affecting casting with the humidity, and when it's too
Oh my
hot,
God.
you obviously don't want to be out there
Or
running.
tears fast as shit.
And then
Then I get
counter to
bubbles.
that, winter time, it's almost similar issues where it's damp and it's wet. So then it's like, well, how do you really fucking get things setting
You
right
just gotta
then?
fight the you just gotta fight the elements. No, out here, I don't know. I found that for whatever reason, I have a humidity gauge right here. And it'll say like right now it's 68. That's not bad. 68's okay. That's not even wet. So you know what I mean? I gauge my humidity. And so I know what I'm working with. But it'll be wet. It'll say it's wet in here. And I'll be like, what? It's wet. It doesn't feel that moist. But even like I'll fucking I made a toy that said 76% humidity in here. It was fine. I was like, what the fuck? I thought this would be fuck up. It was like an experiment for me, you know what I mean? So doesn't that sound too moist? 76% humidity. You're like, there's no way this resin's gonna cure right now. It's wet as fuck.
I think you're just enjoying saying moist. Hey, what you got?
I said wet a lot. I just said moist like twice.
What you working on currently?
Work, honestly. I've been inspired at work. I created a couple of hot dogs that got added to the menu.
Let's talk about that. So I haven't been to your spot yet, and I was just
what's up with that?
Well, let me tell you two things. Number one, by the time I'm done with the job site that I go to,
I'm home.
I'm usually so fucking pissed off that I can't stop and engage anybody. It's like I gotta come home and shut it down for a few hours. But secondly, I've seen your menu before, and it's not all that close to my house. I'm kind of scared I'm gonna shit myself on the way home, my friend.
You just gotta get a regular hot dog.
Okay.
You grew up eating Caspers, correct?
Well, if I went to Concord, yeah.
I don't know fucking shit. I never had a Casper dog until I started working at this place.
Yeah, dude, the cutoff for Caspers is like right about Concord. You go anything north of the bridge or that bridge, no Caspers, dude. Not that I know of.
How's the air quality out there? Is it like Martinez or is it a little better?
In Vacaville?
Yeah. Isn't it real close to Martinez?
No, I'm on the other side of the bridge.
Oh.
But it sucks.
Know.
I mean, the weather, honestly, bro, it sucks ass because anytime like there's smog or anything, or not smog, but basically fires, or smoke or anything like that, I sit right at the base of some hills, dude. And Vacaville's like a bowl. If you look at it on a map, dude, like there's hills fucking everywhere. And it sucks ass. It traps the heat. Yeah. And you get the fucking winds coming over, and it's just
miserable. We gotta do something about these damn winds.
What's a Casper dog?
Casper's hot dogs, man. Oh, dude,
Bay Area legends. It's the Casper, the family that makes them. I can't remember their name. They were, I don't want to misspeak, so I don't know, but they were a family of immigrants who lived in Chicago, and they came from Chicago to the Bay Area way back in the day. Everyone here loved their hot dogs, their style, and now everyone in the Bay Area, like for the last, I don't know, like 60 years or some shit, grew up eating these like hot dogs at the Casper restaurants. And so like old ass people come to my work and they're like, I've been eating Casper dogs since I was a girl.
Well, bro, how about the people that work there? No bullshit, crumbs. Like you go in there and there's one of those places who has, they have their name tag and it says how many years.
And they've been working there for
how many years they're working there?
Literally like 35 million years. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You're like, have you only had this one job your whole life?
40 to 50 years slanging hot dogs, dude.
Yeah,
and it's
50 years and they're 65 years old. So you're like, oh fuck, you've been here since you were 15, dude? You never left?
Bro, they got hot dogs, they got chips, and they got drinks, and that's it. You know what I mean?
And then everyone gets the Casper style, which is salted tomatoes, mustard, dill relish, and onions and hella cheese. They put hella cheese on it.
Hella cheese. But the chili dogs are good too.
I've never had the chili dog. Now I only have it at my work. And I don't think it's the same.
Good stuff. Yeah, Crumbs doesn't eat hot dogs.
Well, you know what? He might eat something like a hot dog. It's just not a hot dog. It doesn't have to be made out of, chicken and beef. And
fortunately, I never have had a hot dog in my life, so I don't know what I'm missing. I've had one veggie dog, and I sat there going, "The fuck." So,
man. You can get some of those Beyond Meats, and honestly, they're pretty fire, dude. Get the Italian sausage, maybe.
Okay. For anybody out there, I'm glad it exists if you guys eat meat, because it gets you guys oddly trying things out of your comfort zone. Down for it. But the rest of us who don't eat meat, we don't need our vegetables to taste like meat. We're
Maybe not
okay
up
with
there, but
things
every
tasting like
person,
cheese
like
and
I've known
vegetables.
people who are lifelong vegetarians, and they definitely eat like these big burgers and stuff now.
Nah, that shit weirds me out, dude. I heard there's one out there that bleeds. Is there a weird fucking veggie burger out there that
Yeah,
has?
I think
No,
so. I
fuck
haven't
that.
seen it.
Yeah.
I
Fuck
think it's
that.
like it's beet juice, dude. They got beet
Yeah.
juice up in that thing.
I
And
shit
last
you
I
not.
heard, yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, man, that last I heard, they were doing a study on one of those burgers, and they were talking about how fucking horrible they are for you. And part of the problem is, it's like anything else new that comes out. You know, there's not a lot of research on the long-term effects on some of these things. And it's a good meat alternative. But going back to what you said, I always thought that was fucking weird about vegetarian meat, because what if people just don't like the fucking taste of meat, and now you're trying to sell me vegetables that taste like meat? It's like, no, I don't like the taste of meat.
Eat your meatables right now.
So
Eat
I
your
don't even
meatables
bother
now.
getting any veggie burgers anymore because the issue is too many companies use this weird like hickory smoky flavor, and the problem is that my brain only knows that like smell to be with pulled pork. So the moment anything
You're like,
has
oh, this,
any kind of smoky, I
yeah,
literally I
that
almost puke in my mouth, man, every damn time. Even though I know it's a veggie
makes
burger,
sense.
it's just like can't do it, dudes. Eh. Peter
Yeah.
Moore, what is going on, dude? Throw you on the wheel.
Pimo. Kumo
Cool Mo
P.
P.
Long time no see, my friend. What is happening?
Long time no see indeed. I've got a parcel sitting here for you, man. One from Terrible Toy
Veggie
Works.
fondness. So, Corey, I was going to ask you something earlier, and I totally forgot what it was, man. Are you in any upcoming shows?
Yeah,
What you
a
got
lot
going on?
actually. I have a lot of stuff going on. I acted like I have nothing going on in the toy world. I got a lot
Lay
going
it
on.
on
I'm
me,
in the
dog. Lay it
psychedelic
on
art
me,
show.
dog. Let's
I'm in the
hear it.
psychedelic art show. I'm in Scraps 5 because why not, or whatever. You know what I mean? Everyone could join. Why not get in on that shit?
Yo,
I
actually,
got
sorry. Wait, now I gotta bug you. Do you have a box of all your scraps? What are we working with here? Do you have any of your scraps pulled out yet? What kind of material are you working with?
man. I got barely any scraps because honestly,
You're that good?
you know, like if I have a miscast, to me, it's like barely too bad. Like, or like someone else already had it. Like I gave it to like some person in real life for free. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, hey, dude, look at I make these toys. This guy's got a bubble in his foot. Fucking take him home and look at it.
And they're like, "What's a bubble?"
And
You're
they're
like,
like,
"Exactly, enjoy."
And then they get in
and
there
then
like,
they're gonna get home. They're like, this guy fucking sucks. Look at this toe right here. Like this guy says he's making toys. He charges how much for these? I'm gonna go get one from the fucking store.
The secret is if you're getting toe bubbles, just drill that hole out and call them Pigfoot Warriors, man. Every time. Every time. And also, I don't know why we haven't seen it yet. I would love to see it. I'm surprised like somebody like Vomit is basically there. But why have we not seen any Swiss cheese bootlegs? You know, we always talk about like Mexican bootlegs, Polish bootlegs. I want to see a Swiss cheese bootleg set, all yellow casks, holes drilled through the motherfuckers everywhere.
I'm gonna put some bacteria in the resin and see if they'll survive and create the air bubbles, just like real Swiss cheese.
No.
there you go. That's a great idea.
Yo, you
Yeah,
brought
well,
this up
fuck no.
earlier. Out of curiosity, man, what turned you on to the 320 series from Smooth On? Because you weren't using that always.
No, I haven't. I've always used this. I was gonna say this is what Dollar Slice told me to get, and I've always used
No.
326. And you wanna know what? He meant to tell me to get the one that cures even slower, and then messed up and accidentally told me this one. And this is now the one I've been using forever. It's my shit.
What's your cure time?
1 hour, and then he was sorry, and then like 327's like 2 hours or something, right? Or an hour and a half,
That's not bad at all. What's your pot life?
5 minutes.
Sorry. Oh, I don't know how you guys fucking do those short pot lives, man. The 2
That's
minutes,
not
5
terrible.
minutes.
2 minutes is bad. 5 minutes.
5 minutes seems like a lot until all of a sudden you're sitting there and you forget you've got a cup over there and.
I don't know. Like, because I even say this is what I say. Like people are like, oh, how do you get your glitter suspended when you don't use a lot? And it's never perfect, but I try to wait like 3 minutes and then I add my glitter and mix it up and then inject it into the molds. So that way it's it's closer to cured than not.
I got a question.
Yes.
For the people that don't make shit here, I know there's very few of us here, but please explain pot life and what's a long time and a short time and why that matters for some of us who don't fuck you're talking
We'll start off with a very classic time is relative.
Okay.
So, you know, what's long for, like, I think the 5 minutes is perfect. Like, I wouldn't want it to be any longer because then the shit I put in there is definitely going to maybe fall out of suspension. Like, whether it's pigments or glitters or other floaties. Like, you know, I love my hollow flake. I'm a huge hollow flake fan. So I don't want longer. So I think 5 is perfect. But then there is stuff that really is like 2 minutes. And again, like for me, I'm like, yeah, 2 minutes doesn't sound bad. But then when you use something like that, you're sometimes are mixing it up and like it's curing like in your syringe before you could even get it towards the mold. You're like, oh shit. Like, I guess that is fast. So I think and pot life, sorry, I should have started with what that is. That's the amount of time it has like in this cup before it starts to cure.
Gotcha.
More or less.
Gotcha. Wow. And you said yours is how long?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. So yeah, from what I've seen with like the people that I've seen make toys in front of me, yeah, it's quick, man. I've seen once you start mixing the two and stir it up, like, bro, the clock is ticking. You got to get that fucker in there, right?
Yeah. That's why it's nice to add your, you know, you just weigh out one part, add your pigment, add whatever you want, and then add your second part.
Right. Gotcha.
It makes me so happy right now seeing everybody using the 300 series, man. Because for a long time, because admittedly, man, even you were like, I was using that from the get-go. Almost every maker is 60 to 65D, dude. And if they weren't using 60 65D, they were using 40 45D. And that for like the longest time was almost like the like go-to.
Well, you want to know what? Isn't this actually something? Like, isn't the 300 series like?
It's known to be a crystal clear.
And it's 72D, if you also want to call it just a D number.
Let me ask you this question for both you guys. Is there any benefit to letting something cure longer? Or in that same breath, is there any benefit to getting things to cure faster?
For me, no, because with stuff is curing faster, it has a higher heat. So it has more chance to damage the molds with the 320, with the Mold Star 20T that I use for my specific silicone. And then
So
I'm going to go ahead and
faster it is, the hotter it is.
Yes. And then it gets like a hotter, or it gets
Makes
like hotter
sense.
faster, where instead of like a nice slow like build up or some shit. I'm
Makes
not an
sense.
expert. And then for that too, like the 325, if I leave the 326, if I leave it in a mold for hella long, I feel like if anything, it just has more of a chance to damage the mold than if I take it out when it's cured and ready to come out.
Gotcha. Now, what do you know what the numbers, or does anybody know what the numbers actually mean in these series of numbers? 325. I'm seeing all the other ones you guys are talking about. 326. Jazz Wizard says.
If you actually go on the Smooth On
326
website,
is one more than 325.
If you go on the Smooth On
I can
website,
say that with confidence.
it has basically like the breakdown chemical compound sheet. It'll give you like the rigidities. It'll also give you basically like the exothermal reaction heats, the cure times. But most importantly, and why I think it's really sick that so many of you guys are using like that 300, 325, most of the Smooth On products, they actually say that they are a translucent white when they cure. And that's one of the only series. It's called their Crystal Clear series. So it's supposed to actually be like the only one that actually cures.
It takes the pigment real well, especially if you want to do some translucent colors. Like if you want to add like some translucent type pigment. Fire.
And the rigidity on it is going to be much higher. So like 45D, the rigidity on something like 45D, where it's great if you're using like a Glyos peg, because that rigidity is a little softer. The issue is when you're doing larger figures, a lot of the times that's going to end up being a softer material. So you're going to obviously want to make sure it's built more like a mountain type structure. 3.75s, the heavier this top is, the more it's going to start kind of doing that. The benefits typically is that if you don't have a pressure pot, usually those individuals want something that's going to be a longer cure time, because they're hoping that the bubbles will actually have that time to reach the surface. And they'll do like weird things to try and increase that. So basically like, some people will actually suggest throwing the molds into the microwave for a few seconds and then pouring the resin in there. Some people torch the tops of them to try and bring those bubbles to the top, like you would with hot chocolate or anything. So there are a lot of ways that you can try and like bring the bubbles up to the top if you have more of a cure time. I would imagine a lot of the dudes who are using a pressure pot, the reality is like the faster I can get this whipped up, and then in my pot, that pot life is basically the chemicals are now reacting with each other and they're starting to harden. So things are happening in that cup, and that's why you got to get it in the mold and then get that mold in the pressure pot. And you don't really want to be just waiting overnight if the pressure pot's going to remove the bubbles by depressuring or degassing the resin anyways.
Separate question. If you're using between the different grades of resin, do you have to adjust your amount of pigment that you put in, or do you pretty much leave it at it is what it is and it's going to?
I don't know, because I only
because you only use the one, right?
326. And then when I went to Fletch's house, I fucked around with some craft resin, but that stuff has a really, really slow cure time.
From what I understand, translucent versus opaque too, right? Like a lot of times if you're doing like, let's say a 65D, it's going to be like an opaque. So you're going to have to probably use more colorants to try and alter that white cured product.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But also solar color dust, I think you actually kind of nailed it on the mark earlier. If you look at the back of their packaging, it says something like a gram per X amount. Like they want you to almost use a full fucking gram of their product per ounce. That seems silly.
No, way more, bro. 5 grams of pigment to 1 fluid ounce of base.
Yeah. So again, they're expecting you to fucking bomb that bastard.
Look at me, I'm shocked. I'm shook. What the fuck?
That's what's so funny, man.
10 grams of this for 2 ounces of resin. Fuck off.
Yeah.
They're insane.
Oh, Zyma 200. Oh crap, Emma might be off. Yeah, you might be right, man. The 220 and the 226s versus the 300. Luckily, dude, Zymet Co. is maybe one of the most experimental guys in this scene, man. Even recently, I don't know if you've been watching his bottle pours he's been doing, but I'm looking at those being like, how are those not epoxy? The clarity in them, it's just like fucking stupid, man. How do you price out your figures? Because that's something everybody always fucking battles with, man. How do you price your stuff? How do you get that number?
I look at how many figures I could get from the resin, from the blah blah blah, and then account for a little bit of time too. Whatever. That's why like more painted figures I might put up for a higher price, because I put a lot more time in them. Whatever. That being said, I've only ever done a couple figures where I really put some paint in and not just a black wash and some eyeballs and some blood.
Those yellow eyes we ended up doing on the all red figure, the fucking what was that for the heavy metal Hanukkah?
Oh,
dude, you've been using the yellow eyes lately on a lot of pieces.
That guy had no eyes. For heavy metal Hanukkah, that was the dreidel fill.
Fuck.
That was a dreidel with
what
arms
was the
and
red
legs.
mohawked for? Apocalyptico.
Yes.
So how do you personally get involved in so many shows, dude?
People reach on out to me.
People reach out to you. You're that well.
I don't know. I don't fucking know, bro. I'm the luckiest man alive. Is how I feel, man. So, and people are like, hey, you want to do this? And I'm always down, because why not do it? You know what I say? The difference is doing it.
What's been probably one of your favorite showpieces that you've gotten the opportunity to make so far?
Ever of all time?
For like a show.
Yeah, of any show I've ever done, I mean though?
Yes.
I don't know. I like my creature from the Black Lodge, because I love the creature from the Black Lagoon, and I love Twin Peaks. I love Twin Peaks. I love Twin Peaks. I haven't even seen season 3. Because you know what? Someone hooked me up with that Showtime or wherever the fuck that shit is on. But yeah, so I love Twin Peaks. I love that piece, especially because I revisited it for the second David Lynch show from Earth to Kentucky, and I feel like I knocked it out of the park even better than before.
That's gotta be a good feeling, man.
Yeah. And they sold out. The first one sold out, so I'm like, you know what? Do version 2. Felt appropriate.
What about collaborative pieces? How do you get on board with doing collaborations with people?
who I collaborated with besides Gaba?
How'd that happen?
We talked. He said, "Hey, I'll do some art. You do some figs."
Wow, that sounds pretty fucking scientific.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He was just like, "Hey, how would you like to make these figures?" And I said, "I would love to do that."
That wasn't the Krangus show, was it? What piece did you guys
No,
make for that?
The Krangus was all me, and I forgot. See, that's the other thing too, because I guess that is a collaboration, but it's also like because I just asked him. I said, "Hey, will you do my card back for the other piece, the Sarlacc shit?" I said, "Make me a card back for this. I want it." And so he made that one too. So I guess that's almost a collaboration too. And so that happened because I asked him. I said, "Will you make my card back?" And then I think for the other show, which was the car themed show from Bootleg Bonanza, I don't know how that came to be. But I honestly think he was like, "Hey, I think we had like similar ideas. We're spitballing them, you know what I mean?" He's like, "Yeah, let's just do it together. You make the figs, I'll make the card backs."
You guys making it like pulling pubes, dude.
As easy as possible.
Dude, so speaking of card backs, not really card backs, but your header cards, definitely a certain style to those, man.
Yeah, and I think they've improved.
Dude, they're dope, but they've always been dope, dude. They've always been dope, man. The first Chewy that I bought from you, I know what it is. I said it's called Shiny Chewy, is what you called it, dude. And it was just like a basic ass drawing. And dude, they're great though,
Chewbacca, man. I'm telling you right now from the bottom of my heart, I can't draw him very well. Of all this stuff, like there's some stuff I'm like, yeah, I'll draw that. It's gonna come out sick. Like,
but bro, that's
like, oh,
that's all part of it, though. You know what I mean?
It is part of it. And you know what? I draw poorly pretty good.
You know what I mean? That's a fucking, you know what I mean? Dude, that's a great way to describe that. You draw poorly, really damn good. That's great.
Yeah, it's a whole nother thing. Like, you know what I mean? People can't do it.
They're good, dude. Dude, and then you know what? I think it's good artwork when you look at it and you look at the piece, like, oh yeah, for like this scene, that's great, dude. That's fucking great. Add some color to it.
And I like to do that because I like to draw. That's like always what I've wanted to do. Like, my dream as a child in elementary school is like I wanted to work for like Marvel Comics for some reason. I was like, I'm gonna make comics for Marvel. Like I don't know why that was the place. Because even like at the time, probably just because it was the biggest name. Because I was like, I feel like at the time I like Spawn more, but I didn't want to go work for him. Yeah. Sorry, Todd.
Yo, actually, we were talking about this morning, and you know, let's remove Vertigo and Image because everybody knows they're badass, and if you have any kind of soul, you like them. But dude, what was it about Marvel versus DC? Why?
Because why not? Why not just be okay? Fine. Because that's how kids are. We were kids. It starts as kids, right? And you know, you always want to be like, well, I'm better than that motherfucker for whatever reason. And you're like, I'm better because you like that shit. I like this shit, so I don't like that shit. It's probably how it starts.
Who was your favorite hero from the Marvel universe then?
Oh man, it was like Spider-Man for sure, right? Everyone likes Spider-Man. Okay, but I like the X-Men too because I watched like the X-Men animated series of the 90s. So, you know, and I really liked Gambit, of course, and I like Cyclops. I only say that because everyone gives me shit for liking Cyclops.
What's wrong with Cyclops?
I don't know. They said if you like, they say if you like Cyclops or Leonardo from Ninja Turtles, you back the blue.
Why is that?
I don't know. They say you're like a cop. You're like a bootlicker because these guys abide by the rules so hard. They're fucking.
Why don't you go be a cop?
They're fucking, yeah. If Cyclops was here right now, you don't want to know what he would do.
Or Leonardo, for that matter. Damn it.
Oh my gosh. If he saw this bong right now.
What's a bong?
Sorry. If he saw this bottle of. Oh yeah, I got some other shit going on too. Even I'm in another show. I'm customizing a baby doll, and then I got a show at Toy. I'm part of a show that's Toy du Jour in October. And I got other shit always.
What's this baby doll thing? What the fuck's going on with that? What do you mean?
I guess you'll see, man. It's in Chicago also, which I guess because I think that's where Toy du Jour is also.
Toy
But
du
yeah,
Jour
just
is indeed in Chicago.
yeah, and some artists got some dolls to customize. But so I'm gonna do that.
Well, if you're gonna be
That's
lame,
trippy.
What?
so if you're gonna be lame and not show us this weird baby doll, have you started on it?
Oh
Or is it
no.
a baby doll?
Well, mine's okay because what I'm gonna do, I don't think it needs to be done right here on the. I'm looking into some soft goods, but I don't know. I don't know exactly because I don't like how they're turning out. But
Like you're gonna sew some outfits? Oh, there we go.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah.
look at that little baby's butt. Are you serious? That thing's hilarious. I saw this. I said, "This is my baby now." Okay.
I like how
Did
it's
I miss?
puckered.
Did you say it's everybody's using the same?
Smells
doll?
really nice. No, I don't
Or-
think everyone's using the exact same, but maybe.
Okay. All right, I missed that part. I'm sorry.
What the
don't
heck
know.
is that? If anybody knows what the hell that little baby is, drop it in the comments. That thing is fucking dope, dude. The little Superman
That's
curl.
kind of like, dude, isn't it like a bootleg Cupid kind of?
Is it? I was wondering if it was one of the Cupid pies.
It looks like a bootleg, like wannabe one to me. But I'm just gonna put this bad boy in a bottle of mayonnaise and send it off, and there's my art piece, Cupid mayonnaise.
Why not ranch?
Well, because is that a thing?
You guys
Cupid
don't ranch
mayonnaise-
up there?
Cupid mayo is like a real brand. Like we can go to like Ranch 99 right now and get some Cupid mayo, like a little mayonnaise packet that has this baby on it. Like on the.
Oh, I
on
just thought it
the
was hilarious to just get a big jar of ranch with that inside.
ranch is very American.
Ranch is good. You know, the thing about ranch, right, is that there's really good ranch, and then they're like ranch where you're just like, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm talking about?
I like
Where
ranch
it's-
from pizza places where it's all watery, and I like to get my pizza in that ranch. That's a
That's
California
good.
thing right
I
there,
mean-
though.
Okay.
Sorry, East Coasters, we be dipping our pizza in ranch every once again.
Yeah, dude. Me personally, I like Hidden Valley Ranch, but only when you make it at home. That to me, and you gotta ice it up, right? It's got to be in the refrigerator for a little bit to thicken up. Then it's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good. But don't give me some.
Well,
thick
and also all
ranch.
everything settles.
What you got, Crumbs? Crumbs is either disgusted or he's got something to show us.
Both those things. I'm sitting here like this is one of the grossest fucking conversations I've ever heard.
You don't
And
like ranch?
also,
Do you not like ranch?
I actually okay.
It's the ranch on the
crap.
pizza, isn't it?
Okay.
I don't often do it. I prefer hot sauce on my pizza, but every once in a while I get that wild hair at my ass, so I'm fucking ranch. Because honestly, I don't even like ranch on my salad. If I'm doing something creamy like that, I like a blue cheese.
Are you guys familiar with? It's like a sociological term. It's something like jester complex. No. So the reality is the jester is so stupid. You're not supposed to give a fuck about what the jester says. But the problem is for some reason I'm almost like careful ever to express any opinions because for whatever reason they come off as judgments. I am opinionated, but I'm not casting any judgment on anybody who eats condiments. But I personally, condiments make me want to gag. All condiments. Condiments. I hate condiments, dude. I don't know what it is about condiments. This cold, weird, saucy thing I'm gonna dip my hot thing
Keep
in.
it.
No.
Keep it on the
Bruh.
fucking counter. Keep your ketchup on the counter and try it.
Dude, I was laughing at worst villain
Even
ever.
that's why I gotta do
this-
salsa.
He said this guy is a psychopath. Watery ranch.
Do you know what I'm
I got
talking
it.
about?
Thank
bro.
you.
When
Yeah,
Thank
said
do
you.
you know
watery
what-
ranch,
but does anyone know what I'm talking about when you go to that
I know
pizza place
exactly
and
what
you get and it's like under the ranch is so thin, you're like, oh, this is gonna
That's
be some
what it
bomb
is.
pizza with this. Maybe it's a California thing. I don't know.
it's thinner. That's exactly what it is, dude. And I think it's
Thinner. It's
that's
like
what
Stephen
I'm talking
King.
about. There, see, and that's what's funny though, right? Because even the thinner kind of pizza places like that, it's still good. Like I think the flavors there overall with ranch.
Oh, the
But, like,
flavors
if you
there,
buy a
man.
if you buy a generic
Put a little
ranch
tarragon in my
or-
ranch. Fuck it.
where it's like a little bit more yellow than it is white, Like-
No,
that's fucking gross, bro.
I don't like that.
Crumbs. Sometimes I put fucking ranch on my lasagna, bro. It's fucking delicious too.
When I was in jail, I would put Thousand Island in my fucking ramen. But we call it soup because that's all I had. I keep it left over from lunch.
So what's funny is God Mob, you just nailed it though, dude. Honestly, okay. I refuse to watch somebody eat a sandwich. I'm not going down this rabbit hole again, but I will not. I won't do it, dude. Sandwiches. I toast my peanut butter sandwiches. That's how much I fucking hate sog anything, dude.
Oh man.
Damn it all.
Dude, man. You don't like a good sogwich? Like a fucking okay, because of course no, because you don't eat meat, but a French dip, my brother.
Oh,
Man.
bro.
And I'll let that motherfucker sit in that au jus until I'm like, oh, the bread's about to be dripping. The bread is literally crumbs about to be dripping into the jus.
Yes, 100%.
And that's what I'm going for the kill.
Let's talk about another Bay Area favorite. I don't know if it's still there, but I don't know if you've ever been there, bro. Harry's Hofbrau in Oakland by the Coliseum.
Oh man, we had a Hofbrau up in Sacramento. Harry's Hofbrau.
Yeah, dude, Harry's Hofbrau in Oakland, right by the Coliseum. I think it's still there. Big.
Oh
Ace
my
place.
god,
it's amazing.
So fucking bomb,
dude. And they make their own pickles there too. It's fucking.
Oh no,
amazing.
actually, the one in Sacramento, I misspoke. The one in Sacramento is Sam's Hofbrau.
Ah, another one. Yeah. That's.
But it was
good
so
one.
fire. It was so fire, and I'd go there and I would fuck up some like. You didn't even know how many roast beef sandwiches I could tear through when I'm in the mood.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know anybody who's making fun of the chat there. What the reality is though is you have to understand. Some of you might have already tuned it out, but I've got a speech impediment, so I have to overemphasize or articulate certain words. Assholes.
Which word are they doing?
The reason why it's currently a sensitive subject, and Hella Radical knows about this. I'm
about to do it too.
Not 2 times in a week, maybe 2 weeks. I kid you not, I'm walking with somebody and they were like, man, it's been a shitty summer. And right away I was like, shit summer season. And right away, without even skipping a beat, they were like, shit summer season. And it was like, you fuck. You don't. When someone's got an impediment or a lisp, you do not repeat exactly what they just said with an emphasis on that. That is like basic, homies. Basic. I'm not your moms. I shouldn't have to even lay that out for you guys. So yes, I prefer my mints in the condom variety. Okay.
Nice.
Oh fuck!
In other news,
are fucking nasty. You toss a
Bro,
Fig Newton in ranch, and you're causing
like
World War III.
What? You toss water in ranch, and you're causing World War III?
You got yuckamuck over here.
Okay, so Dre, let me ask you something then, okay? He said, seriously, be no ranch on lasagna. That's just wrong and against the laws of the universe. Let me ask you something. Do you put ranch on your pizza? How different is pizza than lasagna? Not very much, my dude.
Hey,
it's
just
almost
so you know, you could Google this shit. There's like a cult of people out there who put cottage cheese on their fucking spaghetti.
Get the fuck out of here. Nope.
I swear to God, my homie told me about it. I looked it up. It's like a thing. I was like, what the fuck? Cottage cheese in your spaghetti? I like cottage cheese too.
Cottage cheese is great, dude, but on spaghetti.
I don't want it in my spaghetti, bro.
What the fuck?
Y'all are fucked up and belong in a zoo. I got this piece in here that I was told I have to show it off on the show.
Yeah.
It's going to live here for a little bit. It comes from 8-Bit Mike. Some of you know 8-Bit Mike. Some of you guys don't know 8-Bit Mike. But it's a beefer. Oh, fuck, dude. Now, okay. First off, I'm going to try and slow down. You're a kid. Boom. 8-Bit Mike, I'm digging the drawing, man. But I think that there is another collector in the scene who actually likes this piece. So, I think so. It's going to live here for a while, and then it's going to go to them. But, dude.
Oh, you mother effer. Bro, that is beautiful. I saw that.
That is beautiful.
I was extremely jealous, dude. That reminds me of the first dump truck that I had. Everybody made metal yellow Tonka dump truck, dude.
I got some right out front with dirt and plants planted in them.
Dope. That's dope, Crumbs.
Very cool.
Let me see the back.
It's only going to live here temporarily. And 8-Bit Mike does know that.
I like
let
that
him
I
know
can see that.
It is like glass, dude.
Bulletproof glass.
That is sick.
And then it
So, like,
also apparently is UV and glows in the dark.
hit it. Can you? Sorry.
So
sorry.
potentially I'll end up flicking off all the lights and then trying to charge it up, and then I'll show it off a little bit later, which I know I'm gonna have to like run around and turn off all the lights. But yes, apparently it glows in the dark and is UV reactive. And then some of you guys are gonna get this, and maybe you're gonna think it's dope, maybe you won't. But what I think is really, really sick about 8-bit mic pieces is a lot of times when we talk about stuff, and actually, for instance, King Dangus was actually asking me the one day, how do they do that? Is that just patience? I was like, yeah, that's it's not just patience. You have to understand that these dudes have been sitting there. They have X amount of time they get to cast something, and they want to be able to see what the heck they just made. So it's really, really hard to have that discipline, if you think about it, to go downstairs, pour one fucking level of something, walk away, hope that tomorrow you maybe get to mix something else up while you're at work, just thinking about that piece in the basement. The next day you maybe get a chance, right? And every day you have to run down there, do a pour of it. And so in my opinion, man, like whenever he does this, like not only is this like when we talk about toys versus art, it's like a lot of people would think that's a quote unquote waste of materials, because they'd be like, dude, you just poured so much fucking resin into such a huge shape. And a lot of times you'll take a toy that's highly valued and put it in there, and then you're also kind of like, damn, as if you just did that. And that's kind of, in my opinion, almost the commentary. It's a toy. It's supposed to be enjoyed, man. And he's like repurposing it. And he gets a kick out of the fact that we overthink his shit way too fucking much. And that I find funny too. Because that's how art should be. The artist should be sitting there being like, it's blue because I had blue. And you have all these fucking critics sitting around going, oh man, the blue encompasses the idea of a boy's toy. And then there's a dump truck. And dump trucks are gender typically towards boys. It's just like,
That's again,
come
if
on.
anything, the blue looked like water, and the fucking truck was fucking in the water. It was fucking flood.
So 8-bit Mike did tell me to tell people his kind of rule with a lot of the pieces for the cool kids. If he knows you, if he recognizes you, hit him up. If you see something on his page, almost everything is going to be available for shipping. That's his deal. And in this case here, he wanted to see B's reaction, because B is going to obviously head towards your home, because that's obviously where it belongs. But he wanted to see your reaction, so he was like, you have to show it on Toys Alive. And that was the cost of that piece, basically, was I want to see B's reaction to that.
That's fucking beautiful, dude. It really is, man. Not only is it a really cool idea, that one's really fucking well done, man. And it's crisp, like the lines are crisp. I mean, they're just all of his pieces, dude. I think they're that's amazing, dude. Like the colors, even the pattern of the colors, right? The fact that it's UV and glow, and then, oh man, dude, they're just so good, dude. It's hard to even say, like, I don't know, dude. His pieces make me feel good, man. That's all I know. His pieces really make me feel good. They're very cool. I think they're really cool because of how big and bulky they are. Like that's something a little bit different, right? But almost all of them, it's either the way the figure's stuck in there, or maybe the subject, or maybe the subject and the color, like with yours and kind of that combo. Like, and that's what I think is really cool, is exactly what we're talking about right now, is you can interpret that shit. Like you look at that, you just be like, oh my God, that's a huge chunk of resin with a toy stuck in it. But you can do whatever you want mentally with that piece. And for me personally, they're just fucking, they're fun and they're cool every fucking time.
They're sick as shit.
Yeah, for multiple reasons. It's dope.
He did something sick actually for Stormico Station too. Did you see all those little fucking muscle men, the Kinkeshis and the little blocks, dude? Like that's something I've never even thought of. The fact that somebody hit him up being like, yo, I've got a custom request. I never would have thought of hitting up 8-bit Mike with like a specific toy idea to be casted in a bunch of those things.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you think of the possibilities, and you know what was funny is when I first saw his pieces, I honestly thought to myself, I'm surprised nobody else has done that, you know? And maybe they have, and maybe they just haven't done it as well. And we're like, nah, fuck it, I'm not doing that.
Right.
It's a little bit harder than it looks. But he's got it down, man. And it's, I don't know, dude. I just can't say enough praise for that dude. He's a super cool guy, man. I love that page. You can tell he's just a super cool dad, and the shit that he makes is dope, man. Full support for that dude. That's it.
They're chonkers, man. He always goes big. You know, I think it says a lot that, because we always talk about like subjectiveness in this art scene and like what counts as a toy, what counts as art, all that other crap. When you've got somebody like LM and 9 regularly shooting praise on your pieces, you know you're on the right track for something, man. In my opinion.
Oh, straight up.
Not that I'm saying anybody's opinion should matter or dictate what's good or not good, but in my opinion, like that is somebody who damn well plays with a lot of resin. Like they that's some high praise.
I know what they're
in my
talking
opinion,
about.
man.
And you know what, dude? I was talking to Pocket Salsa earlier, dude. Let's just stay on 8-Bit Mike for just a quick second, dude. But it was, so that big box of stuff that we gave away, right? That was, the way that conversation got started was, it was like, he was like, hey, I want to send you guys some stuff. My birthday's coming up and I want to give it out on the show day. So for his birthday, what he wanted to do was have us give a bunch of his pieces out for free. Who the fuck does that besides 8-Bit Mike?
I think the best part is he told us, he was like, it has to be on the 29th. And we kept being, me and B were talking about amongst ourselves, being like, shit, are we missing something? What's the significance of the 29th? Like, was that a reunion of a show? Like, is that, like, what is this? And we're creeping his page. Finally, I was like, okay, we can't figure it out. We reach out to him, like, what is the 29th, man? Oh, my birthday. What? You want your birthday to be sitting there watching Toys Alive as we're like, and you get an 8-Bit Mike, and you get an 8-Bit Mike.
Yeah.
Why?
Please distribute this 8-pound box of resin that I've just sent to your doorstep at no charge, I might add you. So, anyways, Corey, do you have any 8-Bit Mike pieces?
No. Sorry. I wish I did. Hit me up. Hit me up, Mike.
You know, he's one of those ones that for a long, I think this is even what maybe almost made it such a grailer. Like when I did finally get a piece of his, is you really couldn't. It wasn't like there was a bunch of stuff being uploaded to the store. I remember reaching out to him at one point, asking him. He's like, "Oh, I'm not in Toronto anymore. Like, I really only hand out stuff when I go to conventions and all that." But enough people obviously wanted his stuff that he's come around to be like, "Yeah, okay, let's get some of it out there." And what's actually dope as shit, Toxic Fumes Toys. So any of the Canadian homies, and I'm sorry, Toxic Fumes Toys, man, if this ends up causing your DMs to explode. But when 8-Bit Mike was moving to the States, he dropped off a big bag of stuff at Toxic Fumes Toys. And Toxic Fumes Toys can now sell some stuff of that to Canadians as well. So for instance, even the one day I was like, he's mentioned him, he's like, I bought some 8-Bit Mike. And I was like, what? What do you have? And he's like, here's some smalls, here's some bigs. And I was like, oh, well, shit, I have no idea. And he's like, okay. And fired something over. So it's really crazy how it's bounced around, man. This guy's gotten a lot of work out there. That's sick to me, man. And, you know, for a lot of, not everybody's in a position to do this, and I would not want anybody to overextend themselves in this way, but when certain people are like, I just like seeing my art out there, it's like, this guy is literally the fucking poster boy for it. You can have a picture of 8-Bit Mike, 2 thumbs. I just like seeing my shit out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, you know, dude, and this whole thing is like, you know, his pieces, the way you get his pieces are they're kind of just based on friendship, you know, which I think is another really cool thing. So, anyways, so psychedelic show coming up here, Corey, next week.
Next week.
How's that looking for you? You finished? You still working on it?
That's almost where I want it to be, but not quite. But it'll be hammered out by then.
You want to give us a peek or not? You don't have to. You don't have to.
I'm not going to because
That's good. Right on.
Because I'm still going to cast more pieces towards.
Nice. Let me ask you this: are you doing okay? Let me ask you this: is it going to be one piece, or are you doing a run of something?
That's just going to be one thing. Fun little thing.
All right. All right.
Is this something new, or are you doing a take on something you've done?
I've kind of done something similar.
Like new molds? Did you mold something new?
No. It's gonna be just some experimental piece. Because why not? I feel like why not experiment with psychedelic show?
What do you think of when you hear psychedelic? What comes to mind?
I don't know, Grateful Dead.
Grateful
No,
Dead.
I don't know. Honestly, you want to know what came to mind first? I was like, instantly, as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, like the Sonoran Desert Toad. Is what came to mind for some reason. I don't know why.
Wow.
It's not like it's not anything I've ever experimented with. But when I got invited to the show, that's instantly where my mind went. It's not where my piece is though, so don't look that way. But that's like where my mind went. I was like, oh, what about this?
There you go.
What would you
I was
say?
thinking of it like differently. Oh, sorry.
What's that?
No. Go ahead.
I was just curious what your favorite part is about being a part of a show when you're doing pieces for a show.
I like seeing everyone's work like that's in it. Like that's my favorite part of the show is getting to experience all the other artist stuff and my stuff and seeing it all together. Like if there's a specific Instagram page or something like there is for this show. If you guys haven't followed it yet, go find it, go follow it so you could stay up to date with the show. And I like just being able to see all that together.
That's a great point, man. I like that art.
I like it all. I like every part of it.
What you got in the store right now? Store's open?
The store's open. It's got a few things. I think there might be a couple of Dante's and maybe a CC.
Dante's, man, that's a good one. If you guys haven't seen the Dante, check that one out, dude. I love that one. The last
like
two that I got
too.
from you are super clean. Yeah, very, very nice.
Yeah, I think that's all I have. I think I have 2 Dante's, 1 CC, but I can't say for sure. I have some other stuff I want to put in there. I just haven't taken the photos yet. Like I have like a little. I've just been fucking around again with a little Gus Spring mold for whatever reason. It's all like Gus.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Blackwash, dude. I think I have a fair amount of pieces from you with that blackwash on them.
I like doing it,
Yeah.
It depends though. Sometimes I want them to pop without it because the color is so cool. I don't want to mute it at all with the wash, and I just want to gloss it up and let it fucking explode.
Yeah, man. One of the Dantes, I think I got one of each from you. One of them has the wash on it, the other one doesn't. And it's a different look both times, dude. But you're right. Sometimes that black wash just kind of gets in the way of that fucking glow cane. That's just
yeah, exactly. Or there might be some sick swirls and it like covers up the swirls. You're like, oh, well, now the swirl looks like nothing.
Yeah, good point.
Good wash.
Yep.
Corey.
Yes.
Somebody met you. They handed you a box. There's 3 toys in there from your childhood. What's in that box?
Ray Fillet right off the bat from TMNT is the first thing that comes to mind.
Ray
Fillet, the manatee, or not manatee, but the manta ray. Well, I can't believe
stingray with the flippers and the short.
Yeah. That guy was a staple in the bathtub with me. What, you didn't take toys in the bathtub when you were hella young?
My dad said I wasn't allowed to anymore because we used to have these weird little things that they would expand into little tiny sponges, and he couldn't tell the difference between the brown little bear and me shit in the tub. So he said no more bathtubs with
That's
toys.
That's so fucking funny. He ruined your toy tub time.
Yeah, he was tired of scrubbing human shit off of all my toys after every bath, so fuck it.
Or he just thought it was like even worse. He was like, that's just one of those toys. He's like, nope, that's a shit. That's my kid's shit in my hand.
Hey, you only listed 1 though. You need 2 more.
Oh well, that's because the first one that came to my mind. And I'm gonna say Leonardo also TMNT because Leonardo was my favorite turtle. And then I'll go away from that, and I'm gonna go with the purple. I can't remember the exact name. Maybe like I don't think it's Viper, but the purple, the 3.75 GI Joes. He's like a purple like diver guy. One of his hands has like webbed on it because he's like supposed to be. You know what I mean? He's like swimming. And I really fucking like that thing.
All right, the homies.
Someone's gonna know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've got no clue.
I'm sorry, I can't. Oh, I could fucking find it right now. Like honestly, I bet you.
Yeah, I'm not pulling up a tab for purple GI Joe with a webbed hand.
Purple diver. Boom! Look at it right there. Purple diver GI Joe. Right here, this first one right here. Just Google purple diver GI Joe, and you can tell. You see his hand that's flat over there by his side. That motherfucker's webbed. He's ready. He's ready to swim at you, man.
Dude, no one will ever convince me that those fucking smooth thighs and that Speedo waist is a good fucking design. Fuck it.
Your
Hey, I
favorite.
like that guy.
Grayskull Toys is right on it. Hydra Viper. It's not Sea
Yeah,
Slug. Yo, that's actually kind of jokes too, man. You love Creatures of the Black Lagoon. You like having your fillet guy.
Ray
You
Fillet.
like
But you know
Ray
what?
Fillet.
I don't want to go chill out in the ocean. Fuck that. I'm an earthbound creature. I'm not meant for the water. I'm not meant for the water or the sky.
If you had $1 million and you could buy any indie toy in the scene right now, what toy would you buy?
There's toys for $1 million.
Like I was gonna say, I guess I
You know
better
what I'm
get
saying?
that.
Sky's the limit, but you only get one.
I only get one toy. God, I don't know, man. I'll buy some Sofubi from someone. I'll buy a fucking. Because that's what I'm eyeballing right now. Just so everybody knows, that's what I want. Is I want some Sofubi or some soft vinyl, even if it's not Sofubi.
Yeah, there we go.
Right, it could be Sofubi though. You don't fucking know until I buy it. We don't know what I buy. So I'd probably buy something like that. And you know what? I'm gonna say I really wish I would have got one of those Mecha Creech Mad Balls from SwarmCon. And that's like something I've been thinking about lately. I've been thinking about that.
Drive down there and get one.
I thought I saw that they were sold out.
One of them sold out for sure. He might have. There might be some blanks that are still around. I don't know. Somebody else is selling them though too, not just him.
See, but so that's like something that I think about. I like that thing right now. I'll get a fucking Speed Skull for my homeboy Eddie.
PowerCon got some dope ones.
I feel like
and see, I'd get that. I'd get that PowerCon fucking Berserker from.
Ooh, Barbarian Rage.
Now you got me thinking. About what's out there.
That's a dope one, man. That new vinyl from Scott.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah,
That's
some straight fire.
Yes. The skull in the chest. Yes, man. Love it. Love it.
And honestly, also, see, it's hard to pick just one because now we're talking about it, and I would love to get all of the Slice City Rebels from my homeboy Dollar Slice Bootlegs.
Well, he said the limit's $1 million, so you're still under the limit.
He said, but you can only get one. He said you only get one, please.
The Slice City Rebels might put you over the limit, but
they've got to be big though. Like I can't be crazy. Those things have to be fucking huge.
The boxes are huge. I remember seeing them at Decon, and I mean they're massive. I mean,
like they look like they're got to be 10 to 12 inches.
They look like they're 10 to 12 pounds.
Yeah. Me and Pocket Salsa were talking about that that Shaka Kong that Fletcher getting. You've seen it in person, probably, yeah.
Oh, and I got my hands on that bad boy. I felt the heft of that motherfucker, and that thing is beautiful.
Yeah, that's a good one, man.
Man, when you went through Fletch's collection, what were some of like rat him out on us? Like, what were some of those craziest things he had sitting around there, man? Those oohs, those ahs.
A lot of oohs and ahs from Healy made. Like honestly, for not toy art, but from Skinner. There's a lot of oohs and ahs from the artist Skinner. Shout out, so that was sick to see. That was sick to see. It's like going to a fucking museum in there, bro. Like honestly, I gotta get to your house so I can see your fucking museum too, because it really is like a museum.
Anytime. I'm trying to get that vibe going in there, and I think with all the glass, it's getting there, dude. But
and Fletch got some sick vinyl too. Now that we're talking about that, he's got some sick soft vinyl.
Yeah, you were talking about this Mecha Creature. I had to look it up. I feel like a friggin' idiot. I had never seen these, so everybody can make fun of me if you want, but
Mecha Creature is tight.
Dudes, 25 boners for friggin'.
I was like, look, there we go.
Yep.
And see, those are the Madball heads, which I like. But I guess I would get even just a full body one painted up by the man himself. Why not? With some sick ass colors.
Well,
Rainbows.
I'll admit, like, okay, so right now, if you go to the Creature Bazaar website, it keeps on saying like they don't have stuff. Maybe it's because of PowerCon. Who knows? But it's crazy to me. Swarm doesn't normally have a shop full of shit, let alone.
See, look at that thing. Looks fucking dope too. The fucking
How is this
turntable
turntable
tarantula.
tarantula marked down to 60 right now?
Yeah, dude, I got a
That's insane. 60 bucks.
I got a UV one of those. They're sick, dude.
Gosh dang it, man.
Ooh, that's a sick one there, dude. That almost, look at that, bro. That almost looks like it's like almost hydro dipped or something.
Dude, I saw a video where
airbrushing.
some guy hydro dipped his fucking face.
Did you see that, bro? It was the football fan.
Yeah, it was like
fucking
Bengals. I'm
moron.
guessing. I don't know. I didn't know
What
it
a
was football, but now you're
fucking
saying it. I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, that can't be good.
It can't be,
Your
bro.
nos- He didn't even like cover up his nostrils with like any little.
Nah, dude. But did you see that guy? He's obviously done that more than once, bro. That wasn't his first rodeo.
Oh yeah. He knew exactly.
Yeah.
That thing is fucking sick.
Resinigem has something similar to this, right? But this isn't the Resinigem one.
No, I don't. No, toxic gratitude.
Trippy, man. And 5 whole pages.
Have you been to his store, Corey?
No, man, I haven't. Mantique?
Yeah, I've seen like little videos and stuff that he's done. He has a ton of
See, look
stuff
at that right there. I would love. That's what I get. That metallic mecha creeps with the glow parts.
Yep. We gotta go down
I
there
love
sometime,
that.
dude. I like the shirt. That was sick. We got to go down there sometime, man. We should shoot down there
I'm
someday and check it out, dude. I've talked to him, quite a few times, man. He's really into graffiti. I know his shop out there is right next to the train tracks, and he's always got these trains going by that have a shitload of graffiti.
Oh, let me see that Hot Rod Frank, if you don't mind. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah,
No,
and I
good.
love that too.
That's sick
I love
too,
graffiti because I grew up in Roseville. Roseville's a train town, so I saw trains going through with sick pieces all my life. I
Yeah.
saw Ichabod forever, you know.
Dude, I almost went to work for the railroad up in Roseville when I lived out in Antelope. That's funny.
You know, part of me, like, not really, obviously, regrets at all, but like, part of me wishes after high school, I would have went to the railroad. Just it's like a Roseville staple kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is, man. That whole rail yard district in Sacramento, Roseville. I mean, trains were all over the place. I mean, they still are, dude. You know, there's fucking trains all over the place out here. But anyways, Swarmco though, dude. Yeah, there's a ton of shit in that shop down there. I've seen those videos, and it's just he's got cases and cases of vinyl. I've seen him at like Decon. But yeah, dude, vinyl. God, I can't think of too much resin from him, but good array of stuff, dude. That's a local shop that we both haven't been to. It's like, what the fuck?
Right.
What are we?
Well, yeah, I guess we're fucking up big time, actually.
Jeez, dude, right in our backyard.
I don't mean to hop in on you guys here, but I'm going to share this mechanism.
Hey, just relax, Crumbs. We're talking, okay?
Sorry. Mecca.
No, wait.
That, there's going
God
to be
damn it.
some glow-in-the-dark wild hunts. But I also saw Tiny Shop. Yeah, so Tiny Shop, JP is actually going to be doing an exclusive drop through Science Patrols. I think Science Patrols does the polls for them, but I could be wrong.
That's sick.
But I'm curious if they've already done the web shop update. No. Same as I know a bunch for PowerCon, they're going to be shutting down websites and stuff like that. Damn. 2 of them are going to be available there. They got a chicken crisp and a beefy bird.
I know, man. I saw those the other day, and I
like the chicken crisp.
We have 200 plus of each made, so hopefully there's enough for everybody. But I did see those at the last Designer Con, at least the burger, and I should have bought it. And I didn't want to wait in line, so I didn't, and I fucking missed it. But those are great, dude. Cranston.
That thing's sick too.
Mecha Ducky really likes Science Patrols.
Yeah.
His wild hunt figures. He's a tough one, man. I do feel as though you can definitely sometimes find some of his work. Like you and I have discussed Vicious Fun before. It's a lot of stuff. Actually, if any, you're going to hate me for saying this, but any Healy fiends out there might want to take a look on the fucking Vicious Fun store right now. I don't know what he's purging out of his Heelys, but he's a lot up there right now. And everything.
What's the site?
Yeah, you know what? I'll pull it up because and I'll share the
It's just
link.
fun. And you know what,
Yeah.
dude?
Oh, wait, let me
Oh,
get first dibs. I'm the guest.
Well, and I'll say right now, dude,
I'm
as
kidding.
far as
Is that where I
secondary
heard
market goes, as far as secondary market goes, I don't know very much prices about vinyl, but I do know a lot about Healy prices. And when you look at his prices on there,
you're like, this can't be right.
very fucking reasonable, dude. I've bought a lot of stuff from this dude. And it's reasonable, dude. You'll find some shit on there. You know what's still on there, bro? Check on there real quick, Crumb. See if there's the fucking there's a Killer Bootlegs. What was the old school Frankenstein that he had, dude? The
Boba Frank. Yeah, the Boba Fett with the Frank body.
Yeah.
Simeon Cheese just shared it the other day, actually.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still on there, but it was on there. Oh yeah, see, it's gone now. But he had that one in there for a while.
Even so, dude, some of these are nuts. What I love is, so when we're talking about like weird, obscure things, this might be the easiest way of finding it. Dude, our little Sky doesn't pull vinyl anymore. And anytime they do have a shop drop, it's going to be asking you what precinct you're in. And for whatever reason, this dude's got like, I love how like, there's just times you're not going to find artists of this size. And Sarugamar's got pieces on here. And in my brain, that's just kind of impressive when you're like, shit, dude, these are dudes like right in our neck of the woods. Resin too. And a great resource to find some really fucking cool artists that you've never heard of, man. You get digging through that resin and you start seeing certain names and you're like, who are you, sorry? And you go to their page and like they've been doing gallery shows and magazines and toys for 10 years, building up a name for themselves. You're like, shit. This website's nuts, man.
So Mechaducky
This
says,
website's blowing my mind.
Mechaducky says some of those prices, you got to check them. So, I mean, usually people who are going out there buying vinyl stuff like that. Yeah, and there's a good example right there, dude. Bog Squad piece. The Bog Dwellers are usually like up around 200. Yeah, there's another one for 200. That one's 245. I think we all know what those go for retail. And those are, I mean, I think part of the thing with those is those motherfuckers sell out super fast, dude.
That's
so
just
they
it.
And a blink of
And
an
then
eye.
look at this. Like this is where, okay, so even earlier talking about pricing in the scene. How do you fucking price in the scene when this is $14? You know, and this could speak to somebody and be just as much a gem to somebody as this here.
Sure.
And that's what's always so crazy is one of those things where it's going
I don't
to
know about
be
that one being the same. I'm good.
I get what you're saying. But the reality is like for me, I'm not dropping 200 on something like that, I guess.
I'm not dropping 200 on necessities.
Well, I don't think any of us are, unfortunately.
Need.
That's why the toy scene is priced so differently than.
I like this. Wait, let me see this green ice cream guy up there, please.
Yeah, that's cool. $27.
Man, that looks like
and this dude is in Michigan, I believe. So he is in the States. Stuff does come relatively fast. But I mean, I think we just saw right now. I mean, just from what Mechaducky said, and then from what we're seeing now, prices are kind of all over the place. You know what I mean? But I think there is.
Yeah.
And you always have to do that. Like, I'll be honest with you, man. Like, if I went to my personal tab, not the Toys Alive tab right now, I've got Mercari and eBay and Etsy listings of certain products or certain toys that I've seen on like various ones, and you're kind of trying to eyeball them or watch listings and see what they're going for. Like, I check all the different places because the reality is that, like, okay, prime example. I was looking at Mercari the other day. 2 figures, 68 plus $4 shipping. But if you look over at eBay, something that's like $20 per figure, $15 for shipping. So it's like, well, shit. Of course you're gonna kind of look around, see what's happening where. Learn the artist, go to their Instagram, see if they actually have shit in their store, because I'll always do that first. Like, and I'll actually point that out too. In my opinion, if you're looking, you find a new piece that you've never seen before, and you're like, whoa, that's dope, on a reseller page, do yourself a favor. Look up the artist's name and see if they've got a full store. Half the time, this guy might be sitting there being like, oh, Designer Con 2022 exclusive. And you're like, I just love that sculpt. Colorway is kind of neat, but I just love that sculpt. Who's the artist? Cool. Go to their store. Artist is sitting there with a full fucking store, and it's like, so give him your money. This dude's literally sitting there making this shit, looking for people to buy it from him.
Give it to him.
Yep. And I think it's kind of like, just from what I've seen on there, man, I think, you know, he probably does purchase some collections and then resells them and stuff like that. I don't really know how it works, man, but some different, there's not a whole lot of stores like that out there.
It's like an estate sale for fucking this shit somehow.
Yeah, dude, and that's what I was gonna say. There's not a lot of stores out there, honestly, that are doing, you know, this kind of stuff, that have that kind of variety besides eBay. And we all know what fucking happens on eBay. I mean, sometimes the prices on there are just so outlandish. You're like, what the hell? Yeah. You know, and there's other days where you find deals.
The hardest part I find is eBay, and I'm sure there's some of you guys that, like, you've got it under wraps. Like, you do you, that's cool. I'm not about to sit here and try and hack the eBay system. I don't care. But it is insane to me that, like, unfortunately, like, I don't know, biker mice from Mars, let's just say, right? You might, on a whim, get lucky and put in mouse action figure and find a lot of somebody who's selling a bunch of biker mice, has no fucking clue what the hell they are. More than likely, though, you're going to type in biker mice, and somebody who knows that you want a biker mouse and knew what to list it as is asking you for like $50, and suddenly you're sitting there being like, crap, I can only find the listing for $50 unless I go digging by like asking weird obscure things that mom cleaning out the attic decided to list it as, because otherwise the dude who knew what it was knew what to price it at. That's why you found it so easily. Like,
yeah, the description is a lot, man. I think I bought a piece on eBay one time, and it did not tag him at all. It was so random I came across it, because I believe the description was ninja figure. Not only was it not a ninja, it was an old school, like 2014 Healy piece that I ended up getting for super cheap. And I'm just like,
the other day,
when people don't know what they have, it's weird like that. Yeah.
A Toxic Fumes Toyz Tromer was being asked for $300 listed as a Maytel. And you're like, I get
That's
it.
Hilarious.
You're trying to get anybody looking at Maytel for Barbie right now to hopefully maybe catch your listing on eBay. But that is sure as fuck not a Maytel. It's literally Homer holding a fucking Toxie get up. Like, nice try there, homies.
Yeah. Daniel Antil says Tenacious Toys. Yeah, Tenacious Toys. That's another one. That's another great site for pieces. I have bought from them a couple times.
Tenacious
that's
Toys,
another good one.
My Plastic Heart. Fucking Mecca dropped on me earlier today. Toy de Jour, Rotafugi, Clutter Magazine. Dude, I check Clutter so frequently to try and see. Clutter has some crazy hidden gems hidden on there, because what happens is a big show happens, a bunch of artists send their work out there. The night of the show, certain things sell, and then all of a sudden it's almost like people kind of forget in the next week or month. And like, those pieces just sit there, dude. It's like the hype's gone.
Yeah.
And then we find them. Scavengers.
You gotta search for that shit.
Search for that shit.
Hell, man, I don't know. How often can you go over to all the fucking websites and type in like the names of the artists that you admire? Like, yeah, I don't know. Strange Cat Toys. Yeah, that was the store. And you know what? Okay, so this is something difficult that like gets into every time that we talk about this, because Mecha Ducky knows this, because he and I have actually butt heads so fucking hard, and he can laugh at me because it happened to exactly like he said before. Some of these stores we talk about like that, taking a percentage, right? And how it gets under your skin when you're just kind of like, fuck, man, like I can find this piece online. But some of these stores, the reality is that you can't, because unfortunately some of these makers, they're actually not selling to any of us internationally. You go to their websites, it's selling out in seconds. Good luck trying to fucking figure out the language on there. Might not even ship to Canada on their website. So sometimes I'm grateful for like Rotafugi, My Plastic Heart, those places, because they do bring in pieces that otherwise we wouldn't be able to get here in the West. So fuck you, Mecha Ducky. You were right. I'm eating my crow. Thank you. It was delicious.
There you go.
Hey, hella, man. I'm going to keep you around for the tabs because you seem to be enjoying the tabs too.
I'm enjoying the tabs.
You don't have any unboxings over there?
No. I got no.
All right.
I got
I'm gonna
nothing.
pull. You folks at home, enjoy some tabs. One of the first ones on here, and again, Psychedelic Show sitting right there. When is that? 17th? Yeah, August 17th.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Dude, that fucking Uncle Spanks picture, gold. I like how that's his logo. That gets to be Uncle Spanks' logo for the Psychedelic Toy Show. Yes. But I want to go on over to here because this is two makers that I know are homies of all of ours, Burial Boba and the Spice Dream Toys. Hell, have you done any of the Unpunched series stuff yet?
No.
How come?
No.
Well, fuck you.
I just haven't been in a rush. Sorry.
That's fair. Work.
I've been in a rush for some stuff.
Also fair. Well, you've had some shows, man. What was the oh my goodness, the VHS tape one that you ended up doing a couple months back?
Who?
Fuck, man. I hate to misspeak, so I don't want to misspeak.
Who
on
did
what
it?
that was, but I can't remember. It was like a convention, right? And they had a booth there. It was like I think it was like a VHS convention, maybe. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but it was VHS. Correct.
This is a Burial Boba Spice Dream collab, 45 each. And then
I always love the look of the things that tied to the cardboard. Honestly,
he went hard on the glow on these ones, man.
Yeah. Yep. Nice. Can you go back to that real quick, man? I just wanted to point something out. On the piece that you were just on, or just on the description in general. All right. Now this is something I think that makes everybody comfortable. There's a donation. It says where the proceeds are going. It says how to find out about these things. It's hashtagged. It says what it's doing. It says I will post the payment when it's donated. It's really not that hard, man. Great job, Al. That's exactly how it should go, man. Very good, dude. Very.
That one's the one I like the best right there. Show the glow of this one.
Yeah, sick.
Clean.
Or the black light.
Cool idea too, man. I mean, you know what I mean? Like we always talk about recycled materials and using just different kinds of materials, but and that's something that
I'm just gonna throw some zip ties on a dude's arms, and I'm gonna fucking mold it and cast it. That's gonna be his armbands, bro.
You know what, dude? That's the different colored zip ties on there. That was a good idea. I like that.
Oh, that looks sick.
But the card back, I mean, it's something unique for sure, man. That was a slick look. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to close that up.
All good.
Who's a Goon Gordo?
This is a web econ. We become monsters. Damn it.
Bro, I'm thinking you almost got it. You almost got it. Yeah, there it is.
Jeez, man.
That guy rules, bro. What?
Great point, Fletch.
Really hitting it off lately, man.
That is sick, dude.
That fucking hair.
Mm-hmm.
That hair, bro.
Dude, Good Cool, what was it? Good Head Gang? That shit was pretty fire, man. They like a lot of really new cool artists ended up coming out for that. And some of them still have pieces available too. Sorry, of course I ended up locking in on the fucking forest looking bastard. Sorry guys. And yo, does anybody in the room have full size Toys pieces?
Man. I'm pretty sure I've seen some of these heads over here at Fletch's house.
Man, back in the day, his website wasn't for Canada when he first dropped these guys. And there's still some of them. He ended up doing resin versions of the prototype for his Good Head Goon series. Oh, fucking Von fake name. I also love the fact that, like, I don't know how close he lives to Basement Puke, but he does a lot of Basement Puke pieces. And, like, dude, consider this for a second. One-off mashups of part of his piece, part of the Basement Puke, triple bummer,
I like
and
that.
then paint it up. All for 15. Like, how? How are they selling painted vinyl for like 15 like that, dude?
Maddening.
Not to mention, one left
Wait,
of
what
these
is this
bad
thing
boys.
right
Wow.
Wow.
How about that?
Couple spring chickens. But again, and
Wait, I
dude,
like the guy
so when we
next
talk
to
about the
$20?
markup, yeah, so the figure itself was normally only 15. The guy literally painted this motherfucker up and is only charging $5 extra. Damn, Daniel. Yeah, those are some insane prices, man. I don't understand that shit sometimes.
Western Goods, what is up?
I am trying to make sure I add people to that wheel. Boom. Western Goods, I'll grab you right now. Von fake name. Saw you hop in the room there, homie. Boom. Boom. King Hideous Toys. So another one that I'm 90% sure would have been the Good House Goons. Good Head Goons. Fuck, why House?
Why not?
Why not?
I think
Again, man, vinyl is big this year. I really think that, like, him doing this project created an opportunity for a lot of people who were curious about vinyl but weren't really sure how to maybe dip their toes in. And this made it like an affordable and viable means for them to do so. And also, when I was talking about ones that are still available, so you were even saying it, man, like, and I should have even focused in on some of these ones. I wonder if anybody who did end up selling their piece, they ended up posting the donation as well. But these are all still available. And all the donations are going directly towards the Amy Lulubelle Toys Good Head Goons Project Presents. So it's the Goonies for Lulu Amy. And I'm pretty sure those are Grody Shogun bodies. Like, that's even what's funny sometimes with the collaborations, is it's like, if this was on Grody's page, I feel like these would be gone in like 2 seconds. But unfortunately, this Anthropoper has 33 followers. So of course they're sitting on all 4 right now. And meanwhile, like, it's a fucking Grody Shogun piece.
That one with the pink arms is so fucking sick.
Dude, I agree. And at the same time, check out these fucking sparkle arms on this guy.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a bad one in the bunch.
No, I agree. But if I was to purchase one right now, that's what I'd buy.
And like,
pink arms.
This is probably one of my favorite head sculpts I've seen come out from that series as well.
Very
good drops, man.
What's it called?
That was it. Looked like a VW bug head on that, correct?
I was getting like a monkey idol.
Yeah, it looks like a monkey, right? But then look at the face. It's a VW bug.
Oh crap! Now I'm gonna have to.
You fucked everything.
Come on, B.
Sorry.
All right, you guys see this?
Okay, it is like a Volkswagen bug.
Yeah, right. With ears and
dude.
eyes on it. Yeah. And then look at one flipped upside down for the bottom of the mouth.
Dude, that's the trunk of the buggy right there for his chin.
Yeah.
That's insane. Genius.
That's good,
that head sculpt is better than you thought, Crumbs.
Good eye, homie.
Can you zoom in on that at all for us, or no?
I fucking hate trying it because Instagram's weird. It zooms in all of the words around it first, and then eventually starts increasing the size of the image. It makes me mad.
Save it. Save it and open it.
No, I'm gonna save it as a webum. Lazy robot. Oh, I must have this in the wrong spot now. Yeah, that's why. There we go. Because one of these guys is still chilling in here for Fitty. Melty Man Goon Baby.
I like that. Oh, I like that ape looking guy.
Over here. Some custom. I was going to say the paint apps on these look fucking fun, man. What is happening here? Internal painting?
Yeah, it must be.
Dude, there is something about a clear vinyl with the internal paint job that looks so fucking sick.
Yeah, I agree.
Like KO Toyco, his purple one. Boom, KO Toyco.
God damn, Instagram on the computer is weird.
It's fun.
It's weird looking. I don't like this.
Where's that purple?
Oh, wait, I just want that moon. Are you serious?
Dude, okay, so that's where I'm looking for this purple one. If it's gone now, I'm gonna. There we go. Look at this fucker.
69 bucks. I'm getting that right now with Afterpay.
69 Australian.
Like, dude, I love how it's like how many different fucking colors are in there.
Dude, that thing is the sickest fucking thing.
That was funny, Corey.
Thank you.
That is sick, man.
Oh.
That thing is the sickest fucking thing.
I think what I find so funny about this piece is it reminds me identical of this fucking like Kong treat ball that exists. And it's almost impossible for my brain not to wonder if you just cut the bottom out where you normally feed treats and just rammed fucking doll parts into one. And that was the sculpt. But it's good, dude. Again, just that paint inside of there, killer. Toys are religion. Oh, yo, check this shit out. What a little fucking mask.
That mask is sick. And is that glasses too?
Horns? Maybe those aren't. No, those are shades. Yeah, shades.
Oh, that's sick.
So you can either rock your dude with some. Oh, damn, Daniel.
Or just fucking nothing.
No wonder homeboys got that shit.
Yeah.
I often wonder when dudes are doing this, if they're getting their vinyls and then they're making resin pieces or 3D printing pieces. Because when I think about somebody like getting an individual vinyl accessory, I'm just like, that seems absurd.
It does seem absurd.
Dude, I'm loving the funky pours we're getting these days.
Fuck. That's dope.
That is dope.
There was somebody, they're a larger artist. They posted something today. They're gonna be dropping a vinyl this weekend. Fuck, but it's gonna be all that sherbet melted crayon that fucking Hurt has just been killing, man. Hella, I'm gonna poke your brain. How do the dudes get those crazy melted crayon looks? Like, what is that? What is going on there?
I don't know. Show me an example right now.
Oh, fuck's sakes. So Hurt Toys, for instance.
Hurt page. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like he has got it down, dude. And I'm just hoping that you'll at least understand what he's doing. I'm not expecting you to necessarily like know the formula or something, but like,
I'm gonna say I don't know right off the bat without seeing. Just to not disappoint.
And I'm sure a bunch of you guys are gonna be like, it's not that hard, Crumbs. But dude, he has this on lock.
I feel
That's
like
a beauty right there.
I feel like he's pouring some in and pouring some out.
And just working with like,
that thing's the sickest.
Skull Crusher, man, that's a good one. I don't know who got that one either. You know, in that I've seen him pour a lot of stuff in that color right there. I've never seen him do that before, so I don't know exactly how he does that. That's mine, that red one. That was a cool one. That's mine, right? That's mine right
And
there.
that's sick because it's just like the Predator sight.
Bro, dude, he was trying to make that thermal one. Yeah, dude. That was a good one.
God damn, that is sick.
Oh, bro, that double
He's
beast.
so good.
Oh God, that was my birthday present last year.
This?
Woo! Yes. Bro,
That's insane. His paint is so insane. And especially like some of these pictures don't even do it justice when you see him in person. Like that fucking
Agreed. Agreed, man.
That's some stuff I got to also see at Fletcher's house. That looks sick. Was like that beast man. That's like fucking like an abominable snowman.
Yeah. 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 That was mine.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man. I mean, and I'm not even gonna say it. I don't want to put him on the spot. So anyway.
No,
Put him
I
on the
know what
spot.
you're gonna say. His prices are stupidly fair and unfair to him, very reasonable for any customer. The issue is you have to be willing to slide into the DMs. Now the thing is that Hurt is probably one of the most respectable, kind, nice, gentlemanly folks in the
paint up on
DMs
that
ever, but you do have to slide in there.
Bro, you know what? And that one right there is one that not one person ever asked about that. Is it for sale or anything? That's just chilling at his house on a shelf, bro. I see that thing. I see it every time I go over there.
A lot of people don't know. And even like the reality is that a lot of people don't know that you just have to ask.
And I was gonna say, bro, I would say the rule with Hurt Toys is he's never gonna post for sale. He's never gonna post prices. If you see something, his bio says, if you see something, ask. That's all you have to do is say, hey man.
If you see something, say something.
Yeah, I saw these things.
Like riding Bart.
Oh, he finally posted those chrome ones. I don't think I saw that. I saw him working on those. When did he post that? Oh, a week ago?
July 28th, yeah.
Maybe I did see that, but yeah, I saw him working on those one at a time, dude. Those came out. I think those came out clean.
Yeah.
The Skull Crusher is the sickest thing of all time.
Oh, fuck, dude.
A lot of people aren't going to catch it, but this Batman, yo, homie, well balanced on those legs, dude. Those feet aren't. Yes. That Batman, typically, those feet are a pain in the ass. That guy's standing nice, dude.
Yeah. You know how I know that?
You have a Billy.
Well, I do have some, but I also know of a person who's making a piece for Scraps 5 that doesn't traditionally make stuff, who is having a hard time with the legs right now. And that's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good Batman, though. Dude. Sorry, we could be lost on this page forever.
No, forever.
Love that one. Also mine. Bro, the way that he cut that at an angle and then got it together to make it look like it's natural. Bro, he has got that process down, man. And that's real flocking on there too. He really flocked that shit. Look at the paint on the face, dude.
And
it's literally better than any one that they've ever produced for like this for He-Man.
Sick, man.
Ocular rhombus. Look how fucking close I gotta get every time I'm looking at this shit. I'm like
Ocular rhombus says people don't really ask if stuff's for sale. I agree, man. And I think we preach that a lot on here is just ask. I mean, a lot of people, and you got to understand, man, a lot of people really don't like coming out of the gate and saying, hey, this is for sale, or hey, this is the price on these. It's not just Hurt that's like that. I've seen, quite a few people who, you put it up there and then you say, hey, is that for sale? And they're just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll sell it,
Yeah.
Hurts are made with the intention to be sold every time. So.
I'm a DM turtle. I am well aware that I've got to be feeling like aces if I'm going to slide into a DM.
That's fair.
Dude, another banger. Again, that fucking good head goons, man. A lot of good.
They did all fire.
Again,
that's a dope one, man.
I think even the opportunity, knowing that Skinner or I can't think of his name right now for some reason. I'm drawing a blank. Lulu Bell there.
Grody?
Grody Shogun, thank you. I think for a lot of people, the opportunity to work with him on a collaboration just seemed too good to pass up, and they
Okay,
really
that
brought their
head
A game.
is sick.
Yeah, dude, that's why I was saying that head is fucking dope, man.
Like,
Very cool.
But and so the reality is like you were even. Oh, yo, okay, we've talked about this artist before because this is insane to me. 258, yo, hella, dude. Check out these motherfuckers.
Oh, I've seen those before.
Yeah, we have.
I love this.
Tokay Toys. Hella, do you think where are they from? Crumbs, do you know?
Mawa, Raritan, Nutley. That's what I got.
Yeah.
No,
I was going to
don't
suggest to
know.
Hella that it was from Tokay in our neck of the woods, but with that description, probably not. There's a city out here called Tokay.
What are the odds?
Probably 0.
I know. Wait, I want to see this piece that's based off of what's his face? Crowley over there. Crowley's technically.
There's so many different variants. There's like he's like, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, he's got to stay fresh.
And he's got the double knives.
Yeah, the
I
double
like that.
knife.
I definitely like the one where he's massaging the scalp.
How do you choose? And again, it's wild to me though that you scroll up 258 followers. Makes no sense to me. Wasn't he over with Titty?
I saw that from Suki. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Are you guys talking about? I'm not getting in on that. Chat up there. Patty Pink. I know, like we talk about this all the time. Like even the programs available. Like, dude, have you played around on Nomad Sculpt yet, Hella?
Yeah.
Is that what you're using for that piece I've seen you sketch up?
Mm-hmm. That's the only 3D little thing I've ever fucked with.
It's crazy to me how fast you just have like a printed on the Elgo Mars 3 primed painted varnish.
That thing looks fucking dope. Mr. Slug.
I do understand the allure of being able to just have a fucking like piece come from your brain to your hand in an evening. Yo, Retrozone Neon actually ended up restocking the store. And when we talk about pieces for under $30, dude, how is this like? This looks just like the Dr. Plops. Like, I don't know if this eye is from something, but dude, reminds me of that.
That thing looks really cool.
Vinyl. And his prices are stupid, and these are Canadian. $11.91, 3-inch ghosties.
Does he ship to the States?
Well, he's in the States.
He's in the States.
Oh.
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
I see.
These are just Canadian pricing. So probably like.
So it's even good. It's even worthy for you. I see what you're saying.
And it's probably like $11 for you guys if it's saying like 15.
Yeah, and he was originally Jesse Sketches, is what the old account was. But dude, and I think I saw something on his bio just now, but he was one of the main designers for, I think, the Halo game or something like that.
One of the cool things is they ended up, boom. Yeah, so glad and proud to have been the opportunity to design this for the fans. There's a kick-ass UV reactive deco and an insane packaging execution. Yes, there are UV lights in the box, and the DLC code unlocks the neon Superfly coating in the game. It's like, dang, that's cool, dude.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so I see.
It comes with a code that allows you to actually access his vehicle in the video game.
Which is insane.
Like, I hope that you're patting your shoulder right now.
Yeah, no kidding, dude.
Back pats for yourself.
Super sick.
Like,
oh, I like that display.
God, I wish I could zoom in easily.
Sorry, dog.
No, it's okay.
We just like to tease you with this shit.
My own.
But yeah, lots of gems in that store for a dirt cheap, dude. And then Plastic Purpose Toys. We keep going back to this page because they've just got hitters, man.
Mm-hmm.
I love this Bobby. What the hell? Click on it, please.
Man, I heard Boomhauer died today, or maybe it was yesterday.
Yes.
But that's a bummer, man.
Bumhauer.
Is this the body you'd wanted to see, Hella? Or were you
No.
talking about these guys?
I can't see him now. Okay, I think we're almost there. Oh, see, there we
Oh,
go.
the
Yeah.
Bobbies?
Yeah, the Bobbies.
Oh, yeah. Dude, this is a fan favorite for sure. Whoever got in on that initial run for the 55, good on you. I bet you
With
those
the vintage Barbie purses too. Fuck it.
I bet you these ended up reselling, unfortunately. I could see quite a few of those pop like because even the packaging
Yeah.
for it, dude. It's so recognizable. Somebody who's never been in our scene even would probably be like, damn, that's dope.
Oh yeah, exactly. All you have to do is be a fan of Mike Judge, and you'll be like, oh, I want that.
There you go. And who doesn't love fucking King of the Hill?
People who don't get it.
I was surprised on the pricing for these ones, especially like the ones like the full headed guys painted up. 55 unarticulated bag and header edition of 1.
I like that.
It was an interesting idea to do all the embellishments.
Mm.
I would compare it to that Argentina artist that B Neo, Kerf and Death and Strawberries went in with.
Legends of Patagonia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang, now we're basically just closing up all these crazy tabs we got going on. What's this guy here? Okay, so these would have been ones sent, I believe, from Street Fight SPDX.
Yeah. Yep.
And I was trying to figure out the sizing on these guys earlier, because if we go over to their web store, they show them next to Gashapons, but I don't know how big a Gashapon is over there. I can't personally seem to put these into like a size perspective. 2 inches?
I was gonna say 2 by looking at that.
Yeah.
Stupid clean paint app though. And given the size following of the account, I couldn't help but think like, how do you guys have
That paint
masks
is
for
great.
these? Because that paint is so clean, I'm wondering if they've been masked.
Right.
Night Traces.
Right, Andre.
Slightly adrift with you, man. I think you were talking about the ones B and I were looking at and Hella as well. We were looking at the ones that had the bug, the VW beetle eyes on the head with the monkey and the big ears.
Still obsessed.
Dude, I can't believe B caught that fucking Volkswagen. I had not seen that. Speaking of obsessed, I'm not gonna lie, dudes. I've been obsessed with scrolling this company's website. This is one of those fine lines where it makes you wonder, is this still indie toy? And I believe in like this dude is an indie, like yes, these are probably factory made because I don't know anybody who's making their own tins.
But you could probably pick up hella fucking tins from so cheap, bro.
Well, and then the pieces themselves, these all seem like resin casted with the magnets inside of them. And essentially it travels in the tin, but then you
attach so perfect.
Bro. And okay, so here's what caught me off guard. And this is why I was browsing it. You go to their store, average pricing is like 22 USD. Look at the fucking variety.
$22?
Dude, yeah. Check out this Game Boy.
Shit.
That is so sick.
Shit.
Like there's literally what's weird about this is almost like one of those like mom stock and stuffer things. Anybody in the family.
Look at that Polaroid.
Okay, the
camera
Polaroid.
too,
yeah, that's exactly the one that I was eyeballing too.
Yeah.
But where's these ones are flipped?
Where are these guys from? Crumbs, do you know?
Collectible store.
Hong Kong, right?
Hong Kong.
Wow.
And so you'd wanted to see the Polaroid?
Yeah. That thing was so sick.
Damn.
There's just one for everybody, man. And so one thing I did notice was a bit annoying, trying to discover like what was sold out. If you go search by Canada, no, what was it? Oh crap, I can't remember. If you organize them by pricing, it'll basically break it down so then all the sold out ones end up like at the top. But man, I really couldn't wrap my head around just all the different varieties. Like even the music ones, like damn, this is sick. Like the Marshall amp. So simple but so fun.
Yeah, dude, and I like how they are. They're kind of brand specific in a way, or they're, you know.
Yeah.
Can you go back to the very first page that you had, Crumbs? I thought I saw something on there. Did I see a fucking KFC related one?
Oh shoot.
I think it was Campbell's soup.
Top right. Oh, you're right. Campbell's soup. That's one I was looking at right there. Yep, top right. Yeah. I was like, that looked like the daggone Colonel there for a minute.
I love how like you could easily pop this guy in your pocket. This is an absolute easy pocket table like toy.
Yeah.
Colin, yeah, there's a tuner pedal, and there's also a metronome. Cream crackers, no Fig Newtons.
I love what that said. It said a tin bot chef that makes soup.
And you know what, man? I think the more I collect, dude, the more I like fucking robot pieces. You know what I mean? There's something about robot pieces, dude.
I am with you. If there is something weird about a robot that I can get down with.
Yeah.
Is that just like a weird toy person thing?
You know, I don't know what it is, dude. There's a couple things that remind me of robots, dude. I think generally when I think of robots, I think of toys from the 50s. And I always thought that that would be a really cool time to collect toys because everything seemed like it was metal or tin and really well made. But then I just think of like robots overall and kind of, you know, you can relate it to a bunch of different things. But I think robots they're just so different and fucking cool. I think there's so many different ones. You know what I mean?
And you kind of nailed it, dude. Wood, metal, everything. Even, yeah.
Yeah.
What robot isn't cool? The shapes.
Yeah, no. Especially, I had like a vintage wind-up robot, and I loved it hella much. It was so sick.
Yeah, right, dude. And see, and I think both you guys. I mean, shit. Just what you said, dude. The old ones like that, and then. I think that's the other thing about it too, is even the shapes and the colors. Yeah. And just kind of like the
primary colors.
Maybe the blockiness of some of them. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is, but they're
called to our child mind.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
You're like,
sure.
Ooh, I like.
Yeah, it's a toy. I like that. I can play with it, you know?
Even Fred Brett the other day, I was showing him, maybe you guys know what I'm talking about, but there were like these magnet blocks, and they were basically different like primary colors. And they would have like a little like blue to red meter on each piece. And essentially they had magnets in them and they would just clip to each other because they were made out of like tin. And right away when I sent it to him, and I sent him the instruction manual that showed like all the things you could make. And right away he zoomed in. He was like, I basically want this just so I can build this robot. And you're like, yeah, what is it with us fucking dudes? It's like, we just want to see if we can build the coolest robot, man.
Oh, Pockets also says he got the robot from Michael Frenetic today.
Dude.
And yeah, 100%, dude. That's one of the ones I was thinking of too.
I don't know how I don't have one of those. I've got one of his other pieces. What was that first drop he did? Like that hairy guy waving or whatever.
Yeah.
And I hope they don't take offense to this. I hope they understand that I mean this like the most hard I can possibly put out there. This individual does have an insane level of like attention to detail. Their internal quality control is probably too high for their own good, and yet the pricing on their pieces is like $35. And hella man, I don't know if you've seen these guys, but check like, man.
No, I haven't.
For 35 bones, full paint app.
Yeah, like,
And
I need to see that purple guy.
I can't zoom in on there, but I can.
I was hoping that I was gonna say, hopefully there's another post of just that purple guy. Ah.
Oh. But dude, look at that initial drop of them. Right now, there's a
No,
bunch of
those are so
blanks in
sick.
store. And there's that, I can't believe that Barbie one is still sitting there for 35. Grape Wrath. Damn. Yeah.
Sold out.
Sold out. So, but it makes sense in my opinion, man. A fully
Yeah, because that
painted
one was
fig
the sickest one
35.
of all time.
And it's unfortunate in my opinion because, like I said, I think like their level of attention to detail, it's kind of like that Dark Rainbow Toys situation, right? They'll never get back that sweat equity. But I am happy to see these going. And okay, so what I was gonna say originally is the Wrong Robbie, in my opinion, the story for it is gonna be a big selling feature for probably a lot of people. Basically discussing what it's like to feel like you're ostracized and bullied in schools because you didn't fit in, right? And it's kind of like, all right, who doesn't have a heart now for fucking Wrong Robbie? Hell,
Nim Studios in the house. What's up, Jacob? Jackson Hole, Wyoming, coming to a gallery out there.
Fine art gallery, right?
Yeah, Fine Art Gallery, man, has a show coming up. If you're in that area for some weird reason, go check that out.
I like how you added in.
I'll be vacationing in Jackson Hole,
bro. Yeah, no, it's that kind of place, man.
I'm not going there. I don't vacation ever.
Yeah, it's a high end place, dude. Even though it's in Wyoming, you wouldn't think that, but it sure is. It's beautiful there. I've never been there in person, but dude, it looks beautiful.
I've seen some t-shirts.
Yeah, the fact that he has a gallery show there, dude, I think is fucking stellar. Nice job, Jacob.
I agree.
Bliss Receptor. Oh, he got the purple wrong, Robbie. Nice.
Yeah.
Sent in no direct sales, but US drop. Oh, okay, man. I'm trying to think of what you mean by that. See Toyz drop. Sent in no. Oh. Okay. Oh, damn. Yeah, these are cool. You sent me this. Okay. So Mecha Ducky's basically rubbing it on my face about how right he is about how it's cool when stores do this. So these are typically not available on Western sales, but because of Strange Cat, these are now available. These are really gorgeous, man. So you're right. Of course, sold out on that fucking sexy banana strawberry chocolate. Oh, of course.
Glow in the Dark's available.
Well, I was gonna say, I guess you just gotta be that guy. You gotta screenshot this, buy the glow in the dark, and fucking try your best.
You'll never get it right.
No, not a chance, man. Not me. Hell no. Send that off to like somebody who can actually do that shit. Damn, a lot of cool, fun stuff here. That ice cream on waffles in a monster form.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just looking at.
Dude, okay. I know we talk about snacks maybe too often here, but that is an underrated sweet treat. Toasted Eggos, pop them out, load them down with ice cream. Let them get a little soggy. Break that shit down.
Soggy, but you talk shit on my soggy fucking bread on my sandwich?
Thank you.
Ice cream?
Thank
on
you.
Your waffle?
Thank you.
Everybody knows a hot Eggo is going to be soggy. You embrace an Eggo knowing it's going to get soggy.
I'll give you that.
That sounds amazing.
I'm not going to lie. As a dude who loves sweets, I've never had fucking ice cream on my waffles.
Okay.
Waffle cone.
I actually hate that I've got a 2 toaster because when I used to have a 4 toaster, I could put in 4 Eggos, pop those, then they would fit perfectly like a square on the plate, and you just dump a big spoonful of ice cream on each one, and then you just start spreading it across with your fork, and the heat of the Eggo slightly melts the ice cream, so it's just getting into all the crevices.
Brother, did you? Nim Studios says the average monthly income in Jackson Hole is $300,000 a month.
That's insane.
That is insane. As
Big
people are
money.
trickling out,
Big money in JH.
Bro, and the homie Western Good saying Wyoming has some of the strictest cannabis laws in the U.S. Good point.
We're never going there because I'm not doing hard labor for a fucking joint.
That look on Crumb's face was like, how fuck dare you? Oh, that was funny.
sorry,
Anyways,
man.
I'm sorry, Corey. What'd you say?
I can't remember. Couldn't have been too important.
If anybody's still in the chat there and you haven't had a chance to chime in, but you would like in on some giveaway stuff tonight, we're doing a giveaway spin tonight, right? At some point. B? Am I a crazy person?
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Are we gonna do a spinny tonight? Or am I a
Yeah,
crazy
hell
person?
yeah, dude. I was just looking at Ordinary Toyz taking off. Right on, Ed. Thanks for coming in, man. Safe
Everybody
travel.
who's here, thanks for seeing my face.
Hella, I think you're probably the one guest we've forced to stay on the longest, and I feel kind of bad because I know that you're actually normally
I'm not
asleep
enforced.
by,
I'm
like,
about to
8
smoke a
o'clock.
joint. Oh my god! It's past my bedtime. It's 8:30.
Real talk though, only giveaway that I have this week is the E2K gift card because
Yeah.
I'm traveling, and number one, I didn't take any pictures of the giveaway before I left like I was supposed to. And obviously I'm not going to travel with something and mail it from Chicago. So you know what? We'll probably do a giveaway next week during the show, but the week after that, we'll do a couple good giveaways. So I think in a couple weeks, we'll do that Eddie, the resin blood slab that we showed last week. That'll be one of them. So anyways, E2K gift card. That's what it is. And there was just a restock on a bunch of stuff too, including some titty bean pieces. So if you've been waiting to get some titty bean pieces or some more titty bean pieces, now's your chance.
You say that like it's such a like, I'm sorry guys. Dude, I don't think any of the homies hanging out here expect a giveaway every episode. And I'm just gonna say that. But also like
I only come for the giveaways.
it's rad as fuck. And you know what I really like seeing with any of the giveaways? I love seeing them show up, man. We talked about it earlier in the episode. I do sincerely, truly believe in my heart of hearts that at the end of the day, getting a toy that hit the fucking sweet spot can be one of the greatest feelings ever, man. And I don't give a fuck if my tastes aren't the same as somebody else. If they get a toy in that day and it is a win for them, I know what that feels like. It's elating.
It is elating.
So it's always sick when those pictures come in when they have either a giveaway piece or they buy something from E2K and they share it. And it's just like, hell yeah, man. I like seeing that shit. It's cool.
It is. I love it, man. I like when people post the stuff that they get from us in the mail. It's cool, man. We do it because it makes people feel good and also to get the artwork out there. But I mean, fucking A. Baba Drock, chocolate ice cream on a bacon waffle. I would try that.
When it comes to chocolate or vanilla, I'm vanilla every time.
You know, I'd agree, man. I'd have to agree. Now, are you a just straight up vanilla or like a vanilla bean?
Well, see, I guess it depends on the mood because I guess right now I'm thinking soft serve for whatever reason because that's what I have at my work. It's just regular old vanilla, just plain old vanilla. But I do love a vanilla bean or like a French vanilla for those like ice creams. You know what I mean?
Well said. Well said. I was thinking vanilla bean, but you're right. Soft serve. Now that's a different story. That's good shit right there. What were you going to say, Crumbs?
I don't want to run and go and grab it, but right now, I'm sorry, guys. I've got everybody beat in my freezer. I've got some ballin' ass ice cream right now. It's called Loads of Chocolatey Peanut Butter Treats. I'm not even kidding you. The word treats is in there as well. Look at this shit.
Also called, also called Hi, I Love Weed.
I like that. That's dude, it's President's Choice. I've never even heard of that.
You guys don't carry President's Choice there?
Maybe not over here. Have you ever heard
you guys don't even have a president up there, do you? Don't you?
I'm gonna start eating prime. I'm gonna start eating Prime Minister's Choice.
You guys have like a
ridiculous?
supreme ruler up there?
I don't know how it happened, but basically, you know how like there's like the yellow brand, no name brand, right? Like that's like somehow no name has become a brand, right? So originally President's Choice was kind of like a no-name brand. When you'd go to a place called Independent Grocers had
they're
their like
independent.
in-house brand, and their in-house brand was President's Choice. Somewhere along the way, their marketing campaign is genius because it's almost like somebody came in, they're like, the president doesn't eat what poor people eat. He eats the fancy shit. And suddenly President's Choice went from being like the really cheap, affordable house brand at the grocery store to being
It
like,
sounds nice right off the bat. I thought it was going to be high
this is
end.
what the president picks. And suddenly it became like almost like this weird snobbery, like you're getting fucking tapas for guests, get President's Choice tapas. And you're like, what is this? You were no name a year ago.
Isn't that funny,
Another-
dude? So being here in the States, hella, so you remember the brand Champion, right?
Yeah,
Champion.
and now, dude,
Champion
you wear that
used
to
to
school,
be
you'll get
like-
beat up.
Bro, Champion used to be like the cheapest of the cheap, dude. Like you'd find that shit at like
No,
Kmart.
now they like wear these.
and,
Now
like-
they wear the Champion like slides that have like the Champion seat all over it, and they act like
Dude,
it's so
and it's
high.
super expensive now. I'm just like, that's some bullshit right there. All
Like,
of a
dude, I
sudden
used to
it's
get that from
expensive.
Walmart.
Straight up, dude.
These guys in the chats tonight, man, making fun of me for enjoying my frozen loads, my minty condoms. Bastard.
Western Goods says props for your ketchup chips, man.
Okay, no, sorry.
He
Gotta
can't like
clarify.
those because that's a condiment based chip.
Nope. Ketchup chips. And if anything, what's crazy about this is I was watching Letterkenny, and they had the same debate. The issue with the ketchup chip is it's just too indeterminable. Like you get a brand name ketchup chip, it might taste like ass. But then you're just out and about one day, you see some random fucking ketchup brand chip you've never seen and will never see again. Best damn ketchup chip you've ever had in your life. So it becomes almost this weird gamble every time where you're like, do I want ketchup chips? Because if it sucks, it's gonna really suck. But if it's good, it's gonna be real good. There is no in between with ketchup chips.
Okay,
And
so
you guys
go
got
ahead.
ketchup Doritos.
No.
Yeah, that's like no ketchup Doritos and mustard Doritos. I saw those at the
What's
store. I did not
trippy?
pick them up.
The flavor profiles do not belong together, but that's what makes them good. There is something so bizarre
I'll eat
about
a
the
mustard
tang.
chips 10 times before I
with
eat a
the
ketchup
corn.
chip once.
100%, dude. I was gonna say the mustard ones. No, that's something. If I see those, I might snag some of those.
Yeah.
Hella, have you had the Funyun, the Funyun Ruffles chips?
No, I haven't. The Funyun.
Excellent,
Ruffles. I'll fuck
excellent.
those up though.
Funyun flavor, bro. It's
It's like you already
it's,
dipped it in the fucking French onion dip, even better than a French onion.
it's a one sitting bag. You know what I mean? Which is really ridiculous, but you just can't stop with those things.
You wanna know what I've been fucking up? Jelly bellies.
Oh, so Crumbs,
Fuck.
there's Crumbs. Do they have Jelly Belly up where you are?
Yeah.
So the
That's
Jelly
right
Belly
from here.
plant, yeah, the Jelly Belly plant is like on the freeway from where I live, 5 minutes. It's like right there. And I've been on that damn tour about 7,000 times.
I feel like
dude.
Ronald Reagan every time they take me.
Yeah, right. They give you the Ronald Reagan story. They tell you can buy all their, rats and all this shit, and you go through the tour. It said the tour is actually pretty.
I just so you know, I
cool. They
want
make
the gummy
millions.
rat every time. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get one of those huge gummy rats. I never get
Yeah.
it, but I want it.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's Jelly Belly. But my question for you, Crumbs. Now, you said you do like the ketchup chips. Okay, let's think about this now. A ketchup chip is a potato, and we'll just say ketchup flavoring. Okay. So, what's up with? Do you like French fries? I know you do.
I know you motherfucking do.
Yeah. It's mouthfeels, guys. It's not that weird.
It's
The
a
real-
texture thing, not a taste thing.
Yeah. So like
Okay.
And do you like
what's
it
so-
on? Do you like it on fries because it's a little less?
No,
soggy?
hell no. Dude, no. When
Mm.
people dunk, like when people cover their French fries in that shit, the one exception, gravy. Oddly enough, love gravy. But it's hot. Usually gravy's
But
hot.
does it have to be? Does it have to be like that classic brown gravy, or you experiment? Can we put some sausage gravy on there? Without
No,
sausage?
hell no.
Like
Get
a
the fuck
white,
outta here.
like a white
Ooh.
gravy, like a white peppery gravy on some fries with no sausage. That'd be
That's
fine.
like poutine, isn't it? Isn't that what poutine is?
Well, they
I
got
mean,
the, but they use a brown gravy specifically.
Yeah, an artificial
right.
gravy, yeah.
Yeah.
And even then, yeah.
Well, I'm picturing I'm picturing white artificial. I'm saying not like a real sausage gravy. I'm picturing a packet.
Yeah, packet shit.
Yeah.
Sausage gravy, fucking weirdos.
What are we on to? Are we on to the giveaway now? Is that what we're doing?
I figured we'd sneak into a giveaway because we really only have a couple more tabs left. We've gone through quite a few tabs.
S'mores Oreos, good call.
There are drops happening. Zymot homie, he even kind of said it last week that he tries to almost push himself to make more than he did the week before. I don't know how much this madman made, but it looks like a lot, man.
Goblin Mob says melted cheese.
Yeah, hot. It's got to be hot. No cold cheese. Oh, and yeah, no.
How do you
Mob,
survive, bro?
Different, dude. Sorry, me melting what was a brick of cheese down is so different than fucking weird ass that fake cheese sauce. No, I am not doing nacho cheese, homies. Fuck that. That's not real cheese.
What about on a grilled cheese? No, American.
What if you make it properly and it wasn't that fake ass nacho cheese? What if we made like a cheese sauce like it would be for macaroni and cheese?
Okay, so you're making a roux at this point.
Yeah. So like, what if we do that? Will you fuck that up?
I'll fuck a roux if it's hot.
No, but what about American cheese, dude? American cheese is made for a grilled cheese sandwich. No,
so I don't fuck with cheese whiz, homies. Yeah, Goblin Mob, dude. No cold cheese, dude. I don't like cold stuff, really, in my mouth.
You know what's one of the
that's strange because when it's hot, I love cold.
You know what, dude? One of the
wait, you like ice cream? You just don't like cold savories.
I think maybe that's what it is. Stories about grilled cheese is from Fletch, and he told me that they don't have American cheese over there in Australia. When he came to the United States and he discovered American cheese and grilled cheese, he was just fucking like mind blown. Best thing ever.
There's something really odd about American cheese on a grilled cheese.
It's not even cheese, bro. It's like I don't know what that is.
Basically, cheese whiz in a mold.
Yeah, you're right, dude. Probably
it has a little more. It has a little more hardener in it.
Yeah.
Nothing is so up to over here these days, man.
That's dope, man.
A lot of Zymot's just kind of like, fuck it.
Yeah, that's sick.
Where was it? He had melted bottle apes. Dude, those bottle apes are so sick.
I want a huge jiggler so fucking bad.
How is it still there? Yeah. Anyways, and also, and I'm sure I'm missing a lot of drops, so I am really, really sorry, dudes. But fucking, what's his name? Oh crap. I'm gonna have a spelling wrong on it every damn time. Saruga? There we go. No. Suraga? Mecca's probably sitting there fucking. There we go. This is what you guys get. This, in my opinion, is quite the opportunity because it's going to be painted the same regardless. This Friday, doing something different. I'll have an open mystery run dinos this whole weekend. Dare you test fate and see if the dino is worth your hand or hard-earned money. See? Same cheeky bastard that was making fun of me if my toy was worth the money the last time. But could be painted, could be blank, could be untrimmed. Who knows? It's up to you to find out, I guess. Also, I think they pulled these for Skull Seam. Dudes, vinyl makes no sense to me. 121 followers. Just pounding out a fucking row of figures. That's what you do.
Dude, that's dope.
You know. When you when you've got like under 1,000, you got like under 200 followers. That's what you do. You make an entire run of fucking figures in vinyl and paint them and package them and.
Those literally are dope. What's the price on that?
I'm assuming they're Captain Daruko and they're 100. And actually,
Cash preferred.
Take this in for a second. Virus Tree Toad 70 versus.
Cash preferred. How the fuck does that work, bro?
Well, he could probably do it in hand.
He wants me to send him an envelope full of cash.
Can you send me one too, please?
Yeah, as soon as I find them.
Yeah.
Damn, that thing is so sick, and I love that color. It is making me think of the summertime. It's like a little mango frog, mango
Fletch,
toad.
man, I can't wait to see what well, if you end up sharing some pictures of it in the next little bit, I can't wait to see what bottle ape you end up getting, man. Okay, I know I talk about this kid way too much, but again, in my opinion, if you're under the age of 25 and you are making fucking Safubi steel molds in your backyard, like, what are you doing? You're on another level, man.
I agree.
This dude's yeah, cool cat, man. And yo, like take that in even. There's two kids. There's two homies working for Quail Toys right now. That's an army of vinyl, man.
Literally.
Damn. I love this, dude. A couple of years ago, it was insane to even consider that
Oh.
Mile High Safubi existed.
And now we got
And
kids doing it in their backyard.
dude, just and then when we look at like all the Grodies that were out there earlier and all those good head gang goons that popped out. Like these are fucking fire, man.
I love that color. That reminds me of a toy I had as a kid.
Well, that's just it. Like the reality, in my opinion, the dude does have a really good eye for like Pachi, like that bootleg Safubi style, man. Even his paint apps. Like I get, there's probably a lot of people out there that like they might not necessarily understand the paint apps, but in my opinion, I'm like, yeah, you're going for a Pachi look, dude. Like you're or Pachi, depending. Like you're not spending a bajillion years trying to make this tight as hell, like Metacom or something. Like it's a bootleg. I just find that shit impressive, man. I find a lot of what you dudes are doing in this scene impressive all the time, but I
I
could
like
babble
this
on about
space.
that forever. This one
No, the one that we were just looking at.
of the dinosaur.
It was like, honestly, it's like this round face that you got up there, but it was on that figure. Yeah, like those guys.
Sonogo Saijin, or no, Kanoko Saijin, is that it?
Yeah,
He's probably like one of my favorite sculpts by this artist, man.
he looks so cool. I got to see this dinosaur now in a Pee Wee Herman outfit.
In a what?
I saw it with a Pee Wee Herman outfit, I swear. So it's probably
Yeah, I think
maybe
this is
more.
a Jam Rampage collab.
Oh, and then they painted it up like Pee Wee because he just died from it.
Well, this is March 17th.
Oh no, it wasn't this one. I saw one that was like an actual dinosaur head that was really big, looking this way, and it was a gray suit with a red bow tie.
Oh shit. Well, I just suck at life. I'm not seeing anything.
It was up here. I
Yes,
swear.
there we go. Boom.
Nice.
But that's still
June
before
9th.
Pee Wee. I was gonna say that's still before Pee Wee fucking died, though. But tell me that's not Pee Wee Herman inspired outfit.
I don't, well, because no offense, homies, and all due respect and love, Pee Wee Herman was not a big deal for my generation personally. Like, for me, actually, I should correct myself. For me, by the time I was old enough to ask my parents who the fuck is Pee Wee Herman, they were like, he diddled some kids. And I was like, all right. And that was literally what I basically got the rundown from. And I am
It's not even true.
wrong.
I was gonna say it's not even true.
And
Paul
that's
Rubens is
and
an
I'll
American
shit you
hero.
not. The other day when I was seeing everybody post about that guy, I was like, all right, I guess he wasn't a perv, but no idea what he did that everybody loved so much, because that was probably my first realization of like, oh, he didn't diddle kids, was the fact that you all loved him. I was like, well, he probably didn't if they all loved him. I don't think the Toy Boys run that way.
Nah, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the thing with him was that, you know, he got caught fucking jacking off in an adult
In a
movie theater.
pornography movie theater where you go, where they have
Right.
people whose job is to clean up the fucking loads. They got mad that this kid's entertainer was doing it
Yeah.
because he entertained kids.
Right. But I think that just
You think Barney didn't fuck?
Yeah. I think that's just probably an age difference things, Crumbs. I know, you know, that it's you're younger, and when that show was on, for me, I think that show was on. Man, I'm gonna say probably right around fifth-ish grade. And I thought it was fucking hilarious. What I think is cool about that show, you look back on it now, dude, and you see,
Cowboy
you know,
Curtis.
oh yeah, dude, you see like exactly, dude. You see the characters on there, and the thing, you know, I don't think it's just Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, it was Pee Wee Herman, but I think it was more Paul Rubens, dude. If you look into that dude's body of work, there's some stuff on there, and he's got a pretty solid body of work, and he was a really respected actor. Yeah, in general. Besides the Pee Wee Herman thing, that was probably far and beyond the most popular thing that he did. But like Pee Wee's Big Adventure, dude, I thought that movie was fucking amazing when I was a kid. I loved it. It was so weird.
So many times.
It was so weird to me, man. The Large Marge thing.
That used to scare me when I was a really little kid, and I would watch that. I was so young that scared me. I was like, oh
yeah.
fuck, that's scary as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just a weird thing, dude. I knew a kid growing up, dude, who was an absolute Pee Wee Herman fanatic, and it was to the point where it was like a little borderline fucking weird. But
he was the diddler. He was gonna diddle Pee Wee, the kid.
Oh man. Anyways, Pee Wee Herman. There you go. R.I.P. buddy.
R.I.P. Paul Rubens. Big, huge inspiration on me, I guess, as a kid when I realized it, because I loved it.
Yeah, Western Goods, good call. He was in that movie Blow. True, dude. And that's where he plays a different character, man. Good call. Fuck.
Way different character.
Yeah, way different. Yeah.
I didn't even put together that was him. That's a great movie, and yeah, as soon as you said it, I'm like, oh shit. But yeah, I would have never put together that was Pee Wee Herman. Hot damn.
Yeah, right.
Paul Rubens was a masterclass actor.
Yeah. Colin says it's still a great movie. I agree, man. Straight up. What up, doggy? Is the wheel ready to rock or what?
I think the wheel is ready to rock. Yeah, I was actually supposed to say, I think we're done with Tabby for the night. We're getting to that 3-hour mark. So let's pull up this wheel here. If you guys have not chimed in, I did try and get, I know sometimes we lose you guys, so I try and get you as we're going. Ocular, I just saw you in the chat. I want to make sure I got you. Yes, I did. 8-Bit Mike, Pocket Salsa, Bootleg Toyco, Zymico, Mr. Ordinary, Chris Bernard, Slightly Adrift, Daniel Antle,
I hope Adam from Wisco wins.
Right? That's I had to put in Adam from Wisconsin.
Oh no, I hope Coffin Fleet wins, actually. That's my little bro.
You have a little Coffin Fleet?
Yeah, that's my little brother.
Nice.
I wish it was Coffin Feet. You should tell him to get rid of the L. That coughing feet is way more funny.
Coffin feet. Your feet are little coffins.
Oh no, I'm saying like
oh yeah, coffee.
Until your dogs are barking, you got coughing feet.
Look, my feet are sick as shit, dude.
Coughing dogs.
Coughing dogs. Do dogs cough?
Yeah.
Anyways. No. Naganaki, Dylan, Clement, Bliss, Receptor, Uncle Spank, Toys on Tap, Grace Skull, Toys, Worthville, and Ever, Skilled One, Adam from Wisconsin, Coffin Fleet, Peter Morin, Sasmac Toys, Goblin Blob, Recycle Galaxy Bond, Fake Name, Hell Radicals, Nim, Zymot, did I get Zymot Toys? Yes, I did. Boom. Colin has been, Ocular Rhombus, Baba Drock, Fletcher Sandvik, Carolina Cool Cat, Folklorian. I know I've got to have missed some folks. Let's try. Using the Blues Brother, Colin. No, I'm not believing that one, Jazz Wizard. You guys gotta tell me if he's right or not. Was fucking Pee Wee Herman in the Blues Brothers?
Honestly, bro, I don't know.
Suki, thank you so much, homie. Sorry about that, dude.
It's Paul Rubens in the Blues Brothers, because I'm not gonna deny it.
Dogs can't look up.
Yes, they can.
They also can't whistle. What do you know? Oh, sorry, Rexhop Resin. Thank you, homie. Boom. And Rexhop. For some reason, your name's on my brain now. Trying to remember. I think I saw something. Maybe I'm crazy. Mecca, Saving Private Ryan. Oh, damn. Saving Private Ryan's a good movie, man. Whenever something terrible happens, I can't help but picture that fucking scene. Everybody's looking around for their limbs and stuff like that.
Dude, my one of my grandpas, is my stepdad's dad, was on the beach in Normandy when that happened. And I remember him seeing that movie before he passed away. And he said that movie is the realest depiction of war that he's ever seen in his life. Next story.
I'm getting blown away because you know what? That movie blew me away when I was a little boy and I saw it in theaters. Or what grade was I? I was probably in like 6th grade or some shit.
Yeah. Good movie.
Or maybe I was in 1998. Fuck,
damn, is that when it was? Yeah, you know what, man? You're right. You're right. It was way back then. That's right. 98.
No, it was 25 years ago. I almost had a heart attack saying that.
Dude. No one is speaking up. They're on the wheel, so I'm going to give it a little spinaroo. I'll shuffle it a few times.
Yeah, spinaroony.
And let's just see what happens here. Sazmac Toy.
Sazmac Toy.
Congratulations, homie.
Please hit us up with your email address and you will receive a $25 gift card from E2K. Now, if you don't get that gift card right away, please be patient. I know that Dustin from E2K, they are probably on the road right about now, going to PowerCon, or they may be at PowerCon setting up already. I think I did see a post from Eddie saying that he was setting up. So you know what? If it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that means they're there probably setting up right now. So good luck, fellas, on the PowerCon adventure, man. That's going to be awesome, dude. If I would have planned this Chicago trip a little better, I probably would have figured out a way to try to get over there, man. But it just looks like it's a lot better show than what was in Anaheim. I went to it the last 2 years that it was in Anaheim, and it was just very so-so. I think COVID probably had a part in that, but it was kind of lame. Honestly, I've been to better toy shows. Corey, the toy show that you and I went to in San Jose was better than PowerCon. Like, no bullshit, bro. It was, yeah.
That San Jose one was sick, though.
It was sick, though, dude. We should go again, man.
Yeah, I'm down.
Fletch again. And I think that one's every 3 months, I believe. Is when that one is. So yeah. They were on it, dude, before COVID. I mean, it was like clockwork, dude. 3 months at that spot, almost the same vendors. They had some people, but they used to have like B-list guests. The last dude that was there was fucking Greg Brady from the Brady Bunch.
That's so fucking funny. I'll get my picture taken. I'll be like, Greg Brady, take a picture with my toy I made.
Bro, he had this he had like this suede jacket on that had a bunch of
sweating his ass off.
Bro, that had a bunch of tassels coming down from it. It was the weirdest fucking thing, man. It was odd, but that's a good show.
That is a good show.
Yeah. Fletch says he's down for San Jose again. Flight of the Navigator, Pocket Salsa, great one. Compliance, right? That's what that one was. Western Goods, of course, will hit you up, my friend. Yeah. Anyway, Sazmac, please hit us up with your or me directly with your email address, and you'll get a nice E2K gift card. So next on the docket for you right away, man. You got the psychedelic show coming up.
Yep,
next
psychedelic
week.
show next week is going to be the next thing. And you know what? I looked at my store just to see what's in there, and I forgot I lowered the prices. I got a couple Dantes. They're $30. I got a CC in there for 28.
Damn! If you're not jumping on those Dantes for $30, what's wrong with you?
I did this like a few weeks back because I wanted to just clear out the old story, so I can focus on some new stuff. Oh yeah, see, look at that creature.
Oh, bro,
for $30.
That is a beauty. Hollow Dimension.
Yeah, and it kind of it matches that Dante.
Nice.
How are we just pulling this up this late into the show?
I know, right?
Oh, sorry. My bad.
No paint on that? That's all resin?
That's all resin, baby.
Nice. God, that Dante's a fucking beauty, dude. Look at that shit. Mm.
Oh,
I've only ever seen my store on the phone. It looks so different on the old.
Yeah, right. Dude,
On the
that
old.
glow. Yowza, dude.
Do I need to make this look better? The shop? Or is this acceptable? Like honestly, right here, is this acceptable?
yeah.
I think that looks good, man. I mean, it's nice and spaced out. The pricing's very clear, says what it is. I mean, it's
Perfect.
not like there's not too much shit on there. You know what I mean? I like that. It does look different on the phone, but I still think it's good. Dude, you know what about that curve floss piece that you said earlier? You were saying, dude, it felt really good in your hand. And I fucking agree, man.
Yeah,
That
it was
one
really
wasn't,
good in the hand.
yeah, it really is, dude. And it's static. And fuck, dude, those are great, man. Are you still
Yeah,
making those?
Yeah, I am actually. I'm holding off for some stupid reason. I haven't cast them yet, but I have those and the coffin mold to cast them up. I want to see if you guys really want to get into it. I got some number twos. Got some number twos I cast up. I haven't put them together yet.
Gob, yes, Western Goods is in San Jose.
Man.
That's my homie from when we were kids. And yes, he is currently residing in San Ho.
I'd say it's a matter of just drilling up some figs, man. Unfortunately, take a night, just fucking pound them out, super glue them, whatever's. If you've got them laying there.
Yeah, I just want to. Okay, for those, I think I have 3, and I'm going to cast 3 more because I think I have 6 spaces.
Do a little drop.
So we see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Do you find it's
Mhm.
usually easier to do a drop or just upload to the store?
Well, I upload to the store and then I say, hey, it's in the store. So it's both to me. Because like unless you mean claim sale, I don't like doing claim sales. Just because I don't want to have to worry about it later. Where then it's all you buy from my store, I get that email, I got it. I'm like, oh, here it is, right in my email. I remember now I gotta send this to such and such. And it's not like, who was that bought that again? And like I swear I wrote it down, but the paper's lost and shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
What happened to
I
your
wish I
lights,
could-
Crumbs?
I wish I could. Oh, he's trying to show us that fucking piece, right? That ABIC mic.
Yeah, I'm gonna glow up.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, all right.
Oh, I've been
Oh,
waiting.
Charging it.
Oh, he's just soaking it up right now. I see, I see. Okay.
Oh
Nice.
man.
Well, if anything, the reality is, and why it'll actually be nicer. I've got a shitty little UV flashlight, so for me to try and charge it, good luck. The density of this, like the size of some of these things, the UV on it is sick, but I don't know if I'll charge it enough to get it glowing.
Oh man.
Luckily, I got blessed up by the homie Fletch, and I got a sick ass black light UV light for charging me.
That's just it, man.
Bar? Is it a bar?
It is.
Dude, those are great, aren't they?
I was like, no, I'm fine with my flashlight. He's like, no, bro, you're not. And then I was like, oh, you're right, I'm not.
Dude, I definitely need one of those bars. Fletch, man, we gotta bug you to drop that in the chat when because like you can see where I had it direct up against it, it charged it, but it's just my light, man. Unfortunately.
All right, you'll be there for 12 hours.
Oh yeah, because you can see that small dent that it's glowing right there, and otherwise. But that's just my flashlight, unfortunately. So I'll have to leave it in the sun tomorrow for a second or something, or a sunny spot. Sorry.
Right. When you start from the side, can we see the layers glowing at all, or?
Good point.
Oh yes.
So
That
we got
one
some, like,
layer, super
blue,
powerful in there.
an orange. Sounds good, Fletch. Thanks, man. Cause yeah, dude, how like this thing deserves to just be fucking beaming with glow.
Theme.
And imagine like if this whole blue were charged up, man. It'd be stupid.
Literally.
Yeah, again. So it'll look good on B's at B's place, I think, with that big old bar there.
Oh,
Otherwise,
guaranteed.
gentlemen, have we talked toys and random bullshit enough?
I can go all night. I'm kidding. I know you're ready. You're ready for bed. I'm ready
I'm
for
pretty
bed.
ready for bed, but you kind of nailed it though, man. The reality is these 3 hours fly because we talk toys and then it flies.
Truly. Just like shooting the shit with some homies, right?
That's exactly it, man. Hella, dude. I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate you staying up
Thanks for
way
having
past
me, guys.
the
Thanks
time.
for having me. I really appreciate that.
Dude, I can't believe that you waited almost 3 hours before showing us those sick fucking pieces of NAR in your store for like $28 and $30. That's stupid.
I was just waiting for the right opportunity.
I definitely think that more people should be hitting you up to cast up some of those, man.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay. So awkward, man. Have a good night, homie. Mucho
We'll see.
Am I
gusto.
awkward?
No, no, not
No.
awkward. No.
There were a couple moments. It was like pulling pubes. From a homie. Pulling a homie's pubes.
I think sometimes, yeah, I think, well, and you know what, dude, sometimes I think we're both the kind of people who don't like to talk over one another. And so, like, if I start hearing you talking, we both pause. And then I think you do the same thing to me. So I don't know. And you know what, dude? And for someone like Corey, dude, when we got into it, I'm thinking to myself, dude, I'm so unprepared. But then I'm thinking to myself, I'm just here talking to Corey. You know what I mean? It's just like having a conversation, like we're hanging out, man. And that's what I like about our interviews is that they're more. I mean, sometimes we have to be a little more, interview-ish, if you say. But I like the fact that we're kind of just more of, just kind of shooting shit.
I teased that he was awkward, but let's be real. He was only awkward when we were trying to put all the attention and focus on him. He might be the only guest we've ever kept on during all of the taps.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, I was gonna say he was on for a long time.
He really did actually just chill like the homies. That's probably why I felt awkward.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, hey, how come you weren't basically at work when you were on our interview?
Yeah. Yeah.
How you
Well,
doing over there, man? You feeling refreshed and ready?
good. Yeah, dude. You know what? It's 11 o'clock here, but I'm still on California time, dude. So it's like 9 o'clock. So I'm ready to rock, man.
I gotta
We
know.
Yeah.
Are you dying to go hit the streets a little bit? Like, is it that weird itch
Mm,
where like you can kind of tell you wouldn't mind going and putting the foot to the pavement, but at the same time, why you're like
um,
fuck it?
yes and no, man. Yes and no. I mean, it's a cool city. I dig it. If I had my choice of big city or, a little bit more rural, like where I live, I'd probably choose where I live or even a little bit more rural than that. It's not bad. It's cool, man. I'm a homebody, bro. I just want to get home. You know what I mean? I'm ready to go. It's my son's birthday tomorrow. And I'm kind of missing home already, but it's cool, man. I do love to get away. If I had like someone to travel with, that would definitely make things that much better, even though I am here for work. But nothing but time. Nothing but time. Next week's show, dude, we got freaking the psychedelic show, man. That's going to be fucking killer. I know that there's some absolutely amazing pieces in that show. I've seen just a handful of them. But we're in for a treat next week, man.
I'll admit this August was so in the bag and been all over the place that at this point I've got no clue.
So yeah, so next 3 weeks are booked, are pretty solid, right? So we got the psychedelic show next week. We got room tour the following week, and then we got Scraps 5 the following week.
That is a great 3 weeks.
Yeah,
So, I don't
very
know if I've
solid.
ever shown this off. I was gonna do a check this shit out. And I
Yeah.
don't know if I've ever shown you guys this piece. This piece, I think it gets the odd little bit of love on the shelf, but I don't know if anybody's ever seen this. So this is actually, and her toys, man, insane. This was his first kit bash when he got into making toys.
Mm.
And I asked him for a black-white piece. And what's sick in my opinion is like, he knew about the brown eyes. I'm pretty sure he ended up doing brown resin in those eyes as well. He didn't do the paint in there. If I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. right down to that fucking sick red gash in there. The white paint app on the fucking feet. Came with a couple different maces. Just an insane piece, man.
Yeah, and there's even some original sculpt on there.
Is there?
Dude, on the armor. I believe the skull on the belt there. Yeah, that's a good one, man. Skull Crusher, dude, that's a great fig. That 5.5 scale, that's a favorite. You know, I think he 5.5 and 3.75. I think he's probably 50-50 on those. But he's got some stuff lined up, man. What you see what he has for the psychedelic show, multiple pieces, and they're fucking sick, dude. They're super, super sick. But dude, that's a great piece, dude. That's
every show, he knocks it out, dude.
Yeah, straight up, man. And it's funny, you know, some people hate to be in shows. And I was talking about that the other day with him, and he was saying he really digs a show and that is geared towards one thing. Like you're given a subject like the psychedelic show or something like that, and saying, hey, you got to make something that's on this path, you know. I think he really digs that. I think he likes the challenge. He's an artist, dude. I mean, he still practices, you know what I mean? He challenges himself and he practices every day still. And he'll go 30 to 60 days sometimes in a sketchbook and do complete sketches every single day, dude. And then these books just end up stacking up and you go through them and you're just like, bro, these are amazing. They're amazing. And they're just there, man. He does have another page, Hurt Toys Art. And I don't know if there's any posts on there right now or not, but there will be. And I told him, if you don't start posting stuff on there, I will, because I have plenty of stuff that would fill that page up. But yeah, dude, it's, you know, and he loves making that skull crusher, dude. I think he just redid the mold recently. So we can keep that going, dude. If anybody's interested in a custom skull crusher, hit him up, and then be prepared to be blown away on the price. You're gonna be like, shit, how come I didn't buy one of these earlier?
Is it? Yeah, no. Anybody, like, again, it's really, really tough. I would say he's one of those artists that I don't even know how to ever have this conversation, man, because like we've talked about it, bubbles, quality, blah, 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 blah. I get it. Like a piece speaks to you because a piece speaks to you, but like when we're talking about a quality piece, when like we look at the things that we expect from a factory toy but we wish were better, that's Hurt Toys, man. That's one of those artists that, in my opinion, if you get one and then it kind of gives you a bit of a taste of being like, shit, this is what's out there. Okay.
Yeah, and it's, you know, I think that's, gosh, dude, and then here we are again, circling back on quality and price and stuff like that. And sometimes they just don't line up, whether it's an out for a dumb reason or for you're just a mind-blowing reason. But it's, you know, and it's crazy, dude. He's been one of my best friends on the face of this earth since I was 13 years old, man. And so I see it, and I've been seeing it since we were kids. How good of an artist he was. I was never much of an artist as far as drawing and everything, but he's always been like that. And it's always been dope. And so it's just normal for me to see. And then he just, you know, he just keeps it going, dude. His artists like that are crazy, man. Jacob Nim Studios, he's another one, dude, who is doing these like gallery quality art pieces. And they're great, dude. And I think that's one of the cool things about Instagram is that's a way to get it out there and let people know, you know, Hurt stuff. You know, I could probably take 500 pictures this weekend of stuff of his and just load it all up, dude. And that probably wouldn't be even half of what he has, you know, just kind of sitting around. But I don't know, man. He's got a 3-piece coming out, a 3-figure piece on a custom made an art backer that he made. Sick. And he probably won't list the price, so don't expect that. You're gonna have to fucking hit him up and ask him about it. But trust me, man, everything on that page is for sale, for sure.
You know, we've talked about it a lot, man. Like, you don't do this. Like, you don't involve yourself in any way. You don't make, you don't post pictures, you don't write blogs, you don't do this shit if you don't love it. That's just the reality of it. And I think it's really, really sick that for a lot of the dudes in our scene, I think a lot of them have been people who really admired comic books, writing, drawing, painting, creating in some fashion. And when they stumbled on Toyz, it really all of a sudden hit an itch they didn't even know they were trying to scratch. You know?
Yeah.
And Hurt is a clear example where it's like you just said it, man. He's probably made more. You could take 500 pictures, and that's probably half of what he's made. And it's like, just think of whenever we try and like when certain people try and think about like, oh, I need to go out to the bar and drink, or I need to go and do these sociable things that society has deemed, and it's like, no, that's pretty fucking amazing that you loved something so much that you spent X amount of your life doing it with zero regrets, enjoying every minute of it.
Yeah, straight up, man. And he's totally kind of a free soul like that, where he just kind of, you know, he just kind of does what he wants when he wants, dude. And he's kind of got it like that, which I envy big time from him. But yeah, dude, it's, you know, and I think this community was kind of the perfect mix for him as far as making tangible things, right? And then the art alone, and then being able to combine the two. But yeah, I mean, you know, and you're right, dude. I mean, he grew up, I think, you know, his favorite stuff I would say are, you know, Spider-Man, Spawn was a big one. Punisher was a big one.
Is that Spawn's arm on the fucking Skull Crusher?
Yes,
Left
I
arm?
believe so. Yes, I believe so.
Cool.
No. You know what, dude? I can't remember now. No, you're right. I think it is. I think there is some Spawn pieces on there. Yes, for sure. There was another piece that he made, which was actually for the Apocalyptico show, where he had pieces from a a random ass like Metal Gear Solid prototype piece that I gave him a long ass time ago that came out of a Loot Crate box. And somebody else watching the show had that shit. Or actually somebody else in that show used that same piece. As random as that is.
What are the odds?
What are the odds, dude? We both said that. We were like, motherfucker. Out of all the pieces, dude, like what a miracle shot on that one. So anyways, next week's going to be great, man. Psychedelic show. It's going to be a good one, dude. We're going to have Fletch and Salsa on. I told him that we would start a thread to kind of work out when they were going to be on, how long they were going to be on for. And you know what, dude? You know what Salsa said? What a gentleman, dude. He said today that he's like, dude, however you guys want to do it, whatever you want to do, whatever works best for you guys. So we'll have to talk about that this weekend and get something in line for next week. So
that guy's a real one, man. And what I love about Pocket Salsa is the reality is that it's not as though, because don't get me wrong, I'm well aware with what we do here every Thursday. Unfortunately, there might be individuals who view this as like, oh, the boys club, right? There are people who have some Pocket Salsa pieces that have nothing but praise for that guy, that you individuals here every Thursday have no idea who the fuck they even are, because they're not part of our scene. They might not be part of the chats. His work just speaks to a large variety of people, and he's just a very charming chap who has a big heart. It's dope, man.
Yeah.
What a fucking fun scene. Do you want to let these yahoos go to bed?
Mine as well, man. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like 11:23. What am I going to do now?
Play with your toys.
I didn't bring anything with me, dude. That was so dumb. That was really dumb. Anyways, I'll be home tomorrow.
Rest up, man. Get home safe.
Thank you.
Chat.
Psychedelic show next week. Tune in for that. It's going to be a banger. Pocket Salsa, Fletch going over all the things. The other thing, big shout out to their name that they started for the thread, Pocket Tacos. That's amazing. Good job, guys. Congratulations, everybody. Good luck to everybody going to PowerCon this weekend. I hope you guys fucking kill it. I'm sure you will. Some really cool stuff out there. Thank you, dude.
Man.
Yeah, Toyz. You have a great night, my man.
You too,
Or
man.
morning